Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to a brand new live stream series. It is so good to see everybody here. 66 currently as of the start of the stream, but we're about to get right into it with Update 7 Experimental with the Iron Teeth. You already know. And I think I want to play with, where was this thing? Did I even download it? That would be really embarrassing if I hadn't actually downloaded it. You're absolutely right. I didn't download it. I didn't download it. Please hold. Please hold. I promise we're still here. I promise we're still here. I will keep talking to you during this time, though, while I go and download maps. Like an absolute buffoon, not having it ready to go. So hopefully everybody's having a good day. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. I'm just so excited to get into this. Man, I woke up this morning. And I checked my phone. And it was just a barrage of messages and tags and tweet notifications and all this stuff. It's like, hey, you got a Timberborn update. And now I'm just sitting here and I'm panicking because, oh no, I have obligations today. And there's so much beavering to be done. But I was able to move some stuff around. And I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited. I can't bear it. I can't bear not to make a whole bunch of Timberborn content in one day. So I made that video this afternoon, and then I went and took care of obligations, and then I got home and I recorded a video that I didn't have time to export, and now we're about to start a live stream. And we're 3 minutes in, and I already forgot to download the map I was going to use. But, I think we're good. I'm going to check and make sure. I think you can probably, you can hopefully hear what's going on here. Yes, I do in fact have it. All right, so you get my, my old Twitch BRB screen gets to go away. All right, so, I think we're good? Yeah, okay, you guys can see Timberborn again. Yes, well done starting off. Yep, I know. But I want to play this Legacy of the Tides map. This was a runner-up on the recent map contest series for the large category. It's a 256 by 256 map. And there's a lot of really cool stuff under the surface we're going to check out. And oh boy, the gifted memberships have begun again. Jason Zinda gifting 5 of them. Thank you very much, Jason. Appreciate you being here. Silent Mike, thank you for joining on your own accord as well. Oh, Dr. Cudson's got a membership again. Carbon-based operator error, Ace, Marina, and Ryan as well, gifted on behalf of Jason. So thank you very much, and welcome back to those of you. I think all of you have been boosters before. But yes, let's go ahead and get Legacy of the Tides going here. Hard mode, because everybody always asks me to do hard mode, and we're going to take a look at this. We're going to see what happens. Kurt as well, thanks for gifting membership to Gaia Rose. Appreciate you. Good to have you back in chat as well. So, again, sorry for the first couple minutes of stream being chaotic because I forgot to download the map I was going to use. But we're here. We're having a good time. It is so good to be back with the Beavers with some brand new fun stuff. Of course, it does take time to load, but you know what? You know what happens? It takes time. I got my mug right here. All right, come on, game, come on. I know the computer is on like its last legs, but we're trying real hard. All right, here we go. All right, this is Beaverburg 24. The series that's starting tomorrow is 25. I've already recorded that. Not Beaver 24, Beaverburg 24. There we go. Come on, I'm so excited I can't actually play this game correctly anymore. All right, here we go. Cycle 1, day 1. Let's hit pause. We got our 8 adults. We got our 4 kits. And look at this map. Look at this map, folks. This is beautiful. Just look at this. So much attention to detail. We got these overhangs and stuff. And just look at all this. Look at all this. I'm just absolutely in awe of this whole thing. It is tremendous. Like, look at all these terraces, and you've got these overhangs and stuff, and we can peel everything back now. Remember, the new terrain tool has just so much cool stuff you can look at. You take this all the way down to the very bottom, and look, at the very bottom of the map, we've got this underground ruins right here. Basically, the entire rest of this thing, minus a couple of these little areas, is just solid. Absolutely solid. But we go up one layer at a time. You can kind of see this thing get built. And all the little, like, caverns and just passageways for water. There's so much potential for irrigation here. And it's all buried. It's almost all buried. So, when we have bad tides, we're definitely going to have problems. But that's part of the fun of having the live streams, part of the fun of playing hard mode, part of the fun of playing with the Iron Teeth, and part of the fun of you guys in chat probably distracting me enough to have catastrophes occur. That's just the way things go. And I could not be happier about it. Where is the starting thing? Because I actually don't remember. Okay, here we go. So this map was actually designed with that four-way district center mod in mind. But we have our little entrance right here. Nice starting area. Pretty well set up for the Iron Teeth because we do have those deep water pumps that will just barely reach down to here. Right off of those natural overhangs. Just really, really smartly designed stuff. And like what I was saying earlier about having all of these irrigation channels and everything, like these are just masterfully designed. I really, really like this map. So before I unpause, let's scroll back and see what I missed in chat, because I've been yapping for minutes at this point. Let's see. Let's see. Hi, you beautiful buttheads. Yes, okay. Welcome. How do you know what maps are for the new stuff? Well, there hasn't been any real change in the map making bit for Update 7. Like it was with Update 6 with the overhangs. So pretty much anything that's currently existing is fine. Let's see. Needs standby technical difficulty music. If I ever have time to make something, I will. The BRB thing I had at the very beginning of the stream was from when I streamed on Twitch 3.5 years ago, playing Persona 5. But that was a long time ago. Let's see. Can you stream this time of day, a weekday, more often? Yes, I know. That's convenient for you, Japan time. An hour earlier would be nice. It's kind of hard. My obligations in the afternoon are a little difficult for me to do anything before about 5. And ideally, if I start at 6, 6:30, 7 o'clock, that gives me time to record a video before a stream. You have to leave to go to work in 10 minutes. Oh, well, sorry that you can't be here for that much, but I'm going to try. We're going to see. Custom maps that use 3D dirt are going to be exciting. Yeah, well, that's such a new thing. There basically haven't been any custom maps made yet. How do you join the Discord? There should be a link. I don't think... Oh, no, Devilish is in chat. Okay, yeah, Devilish Fun, if you scroll up with the wrench next to his name, posted a link to the Discord. It's very, very, very informal. And there is a section for beard boosters that should automatically sync to your YouTube if that's linked to your account. But if not, let me know and I can get you access to that channel. I really liked Persona 5. Liked it a lot. Looking forward to Persona 6, but I don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on a PS5 yet. Let's see. Ace says, vibrating, thinking about the potential for shower towers for the new update stuff. You and Kurt both. Battery Smooth says, member for 17 months. Wow, that's almost a year. Okay, well, maybe in the metric system you guys measure years differently, but yes. you've been a member for a long time, friend. Hi from New Zealand. Hello. Good to have you here. Keep posting, he'll never catch up. I have caught up. I have, in fact, caught up. 6:39 p.m. local time, Kurt said. We achieved it a couple times. Well, I achieved it this time, and we're going to actually start playing the game. Oh, no, I missed something. Who did I miss? Camdog. Thanks for the 15. Really appreciate it. Happy Update 7. All the new changes are so exciting. They are. We're going to have such a fantastic time. I really appreciate it. Devilish, thanks for the 5. Frog pond, 5 frog emojis. Well, maybe we have to make a frog pond. Maybe we do. We'll see what happens. All right, 10 minutes into stream. Unpause. We can actually start playing the game. So, you know the drill. We got to do what we got to do. But before we get too excited, we have very, very limited amounts of trees. We have these oaks, which together are, I don't know, 60, 70 pieces of wood. So we need to get those going ASAP. So I'm going to do 2 lumberjack flags right here. Super convenient having access to this. And I will just get these guys marked for cutting. Get those guys marked for cutting. We do have access to some other trees down here, but we might as well get what's close first. And like I said, when we first opened up the map, we have a tremendous, great placement for access to water right here. So I'm going to put that guy right there. And we'll be able to build another one there when the time comes. But we need to make sure that we're in a good position to get some food growing because we have berries and basically nothing else. Basically nothing else. You know the drill. I don't think we're going to need to plant additional trees for a while, so I'm not going to try to rush a forester like sometimes you have to do. But we will go ahead and get going with the rest of this. Water first. Probably not a bad idea to have some storage as well, which we can't really put anything else right here, so it's probably not a bad choice to just put a couple of those small tanks there and there. Boy, we have messages flying in, and I promise we're going to get to them. Just let me get something started here, and hopefully we're going to have a decent shot at success there. So we have these overhangs that are great built-in places to put stuff like farmhouses and get a bunch of stuff figured out in a tremendously efficient manner. So I'm going to pop that guy right there as the next thing we build so we can start. Remember, we're on hard mode, so we could have a drought maybe about 4 or 5, 6 days. We want to make sure we are growing food that we can use to survive, as one does. So we got kohlrabi's going there. They're still very, very slowly getting more logs so we can get water going. But everything is looking peachy. Now I got to scroll way up and chat on the other monitor. Haven't renamed it to Beaver Burr. Yes. Yes, I have in fact not... I don't know why I clicked on that. Have not renamed it to Beaverburg. I have also not finished it. Not B. Beaverburg. I can't even type correctly today. Beaverburg 24. The other series we do still have to fix that. Appreciate the 250. Tubes going through the frog pond. We very well could. Have a suspicion that the code for the zipline is going to be really similar to the electrical system I was working on. Time for me to yoink. Hey, if it works, use it. That's the way it goes. You see your map? Very interesting. Which map is that? And I will try to remember to check it out. JC, you beautiful man. Well, that allegation may not be true. How are you? I'm doing fantastic today. Very, 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 very busy. Full day of beavering and all my other obligations as well, but it is great to have some incredible new stuff to take care of in the beaver game and enjoy all of you wonderful people as well. Always fun. You want ice beavers. Ice beavers would be cool. Water blocks freeze and you walk on them. I don't know what the process for coding something like that would be because of the dynamic nature of the water, but I think we might have talked about this before. Maybe. District Center is not different. No, but this map was designed to use the 4-way District Center mod. That's why it has these slopes here. It's just up on top of a little platform there. I have not ignored your super chat. I've read all of them. Unless I'm just that far behind. Let's see. Series has to be 24 themed. You know, a lot can happen in a day. I wonder if anyone will pre-bury tubes on some maps. You definitely can. People just don't generally do stuff like that. But I would be very surprised if it wasn't something that somebody does within the next week or two. Oh, I'm so far behind. Let's see. Berries. Yes, we do need to get berries. But they're not up here, which is why I hadn't done anything with that yet. I'm going to go ahead and see, is this in range of most of these? I'll go ahead and put this, let's say here. That'll be able to gather all of those. Get this connected. Get that connected. Get that connected. Get that connected. There we go. Maybe not a super optimized path, but it does work. Does exist. So that's looking good. We're still waiting on more logs. Did we actually cut all these down yet? No, there's no way. Okay, they haven't gotten to here. But that might not even be enough logs to take care of the rest of this, so we're going to have to come down and get some of these guys as well. I do appreciate your patience as I try to get early game stuff set up so we don't just kill all of our beavers immediately, and then I will go back and read chat in bursts. Alright. At least you're warm this winter. It was 76 degrees outside today. That's Fahrenheit. It was not 76 degrees Celsius. I know. I know. But just have to put that out there because someone's going to ask, like, what do you mean it was 76 degrees? Like, no. Yeah, Henderson, when you put that on Workshop, do share. Sounds interesting. Okay, let's see. Oh, Battery Smooth doesn't think freezing the water would be too hard. That means it might actually be possible. That's exciting. Ember Pelts will be able to use the tube ways to not get wet. Well, Ember Pelts is going to have a lot of work to get done to update 7. The mod creator did leave a comment on, I think it's either a community post or the video I posted today, talking about a lot of work that had to get done for those guys to be usable. But we're going to trust the process. Let him do what he's got to do. Let's see. Wait, what did Dalton say? Oh, here we go. Ice block could code as a terrain block when it freezes, causes flooding if they don't break them or divert the water. Ooh, that's just like real life, too. That's an absolutely perfect idea. If they can figure out how to code that, then that would be really, really cool. Frogtail tattoo mod, I mean, I can just put that in the detailer. That's not a super hard thing. Petition to delete all natural slopes in order to make it hard mode. I mean, if you want this playthrough to end in the next 10 minutes, then yeah, sure. Alright, how far? How far? Oh, we're getting close. We're getting close. How dare you care for the beaver's needs? Yeah, I know. What a concept, right? Left my window up last night, almost 80 F in the house. Yikes. Well, I'll tell you what's been nice, though, is not having to run the heat, not having to run the air the past several days. We just had windows open. It's really nice to have the fresh, clean air in the house. Spend multiple hours today cleaning up a hazmat spill. Wasn't me, in parentheses. I'm glad you clarified that, because we were all very concerned. All right, we got a drought coming, so I do have to focus here for a little bit, but I think based on how much wood we have, and go ahead and put another deep water pump in here. I'm going to flip this guy so that can fit right there. I haven't really identified how it's going to be possible / easy for us to dam up a decent amount of water in here. Because we do have this going out here, but it does stop. And, you know what? You know what? If we have the logs, I can do this with just 2. I can just do 2 dam pieces, and that'll be totally fine. We'll get some water stored in here. Remember that the source blocks and everything on this map are incredibly convoluted, and there's all these shafts everywhere. So maybe if they can build this first, I think we can actually make this work. And I will make that something they can continue working on as time goes by. But yeah, that feels like that's going to be fine. We're planting kohlrabies. The one thing I'm kind of worried about is when we do have droughts, this is really, really going to drain quick. And these are going to be very, very dry. I don't think I can... Yeah, I can't put anything in here because this is just a natural overhang. So I fully expect these to die, which is unfortunate, but we'll get one full harvest out of them at the very least, so that should be okay. See, that's working. I probably should have more water storage than just this 42 here, but tell you what, I'm going to add another one of these here. Because if this is dammed up, we will be able to still pump a little bit. And that should be mostly okay. You know, just let stuff happen how it has to happen. And get back to reading chat here. I know I'm still about 5 minutes behind. Mods updated for update 7. I would be very surprised if any of them were. That was less than 24 hours ago. I think technically only 14 hours ago. They pushed the thing up, and then I woke up 3 hours after that, saw that there was a whole bunch of stuff to do, and I was like, well, I've only gotten 3 hours of sleep so far, so I'm going to go back to bed. And then I woke up and Disturbed Simulations had already published a video that was almost half an hour long. I'm like, uh-oh, I'm behind. I haven't had a chance to watch the video yet, but I've been told there's a lot of good stuff in there, so I'm going to go back and check that out. Maybe tonight while the other video is rendering. Let's see. Wait, why are we talking about calendar duration now? I feel like I've missed context. Oh, I've missed a whole bunch of stuff. Henderson Benjamin says, I know there's 2 Beaver mods that add 2 new factions on Steam if you have Steam. Yeah, and I've played both of those, Water Beavers and Ember Pelts. We're currently doing a series on Ember Pelts. We've done multiple series on Water Beavers in the past, and I'm supposed to do another one. It's supposed to be for Update 6 Water Beavers, but now Update 7's come out, so who knows if I'm going to have time to get back to that. We got to take advantage of this while we can. But, let's see. Oh, metric years was the thing. Okay, so this was in reference to me saying something to Battery Smooth earlier. Calendar consisted of 12 30-day months, each divided into 3 10-day cycles, similar to weeks, plus 5 or 6 extra days that were placed after the final month of each year and called complementary days. Each day was divided into 10 hours, each hour into 100 decimal minutes, and each decimal minute into 100 decimal seconds. This did not last long. I mean, I can understand why, because it's super different from how everybody else treats stuff, but that's an interesting way to divide things up. I know there's there's a theory that people well, some people are trying to push that we should have 13 equal length months instead of the 12, and each of the 13 months would be 28 days. So that way, I think it's either each week would start on a Monday and end on a Sunday, or it's shifted one day beyond that. It's like, that's an interesting idea, but it's really, really hard to change the momentum of something like a calendar. Great White North map win. If they introduce some sort of snow texture or something, I'd be all about that. That would be pretty cool. Alright, I am still 6 minutes behind on chat, trying not to get this thing stuck in some other facet of chat here. Let's see. Okay, now it's like absolutely just skyrocketed me past like 200 chat messages. You have clean air in the U.S. If you don't live in a major city, it's actually pretty good. And some cities aren't that bad. Let's see. Still waiting for the vanilla extract mod. If you know, you know. Hey, Blaine. Good to see you. I'm sorry, if you say hi and I can't respond, it's because there's 238 of you in chat right now. And I can't possibly read every message and also accomplish stuff in the game. But I am very, very, very glad you're here. It must be in the south right now. I am in the southern U.S. Berry storage, we don't really need it right now because we still have some here, but we'll get there. Dam more upstream. Well, this is what's achievable with what we have now. We're gonna get to pretty much everything else here, but it's going to take time. Remember, I do try to balance the chat with actually playing the game. And the very, very early ones, it's very hard to do that. You can dam from the overhangs. Yes, but the problem with that is I can't dam inside, which is where my biggest area of concern is. And for me to dam this, I would have to have these just stacked up on top of each other, and that is more logs than I currently have access to. All right, let's see. Still about 6 minutes behind. Stack of dams in front. If I had the logs, I'd do it, but I don't. Cannot build dams under the overhangs. First time making it on time to a live stream. Glad to have you. I do try to interact as much as I can with chat. So if you're not a fan of things going slowly in game, you might want to become one. Because I think it is very important to acknowledge people that are actually here hanging out. Let's see. Add 2 builders, remove farmers. Well, I want these guys to be able to pull this food out when the time comes, because some of these are going to be within the next day just fine. Any news on water beavers for Update 6? Well, I was going to start it this week or next week, and then surprise, Update 7 happened. So I don't know when we're going to get to that. Cut a live stream. Hello to you too. If you delete the natural overhangs, the Holistic Ecological Committee of Keeping Natural Overhangs, heck no, will be very upset. Okay, well, we'll be sure not to do that for at least a little while then. Calendar duration that's getting dangerously close to time zones. Now you get it. Now you get it. It always comes back to time zones. What are the construction costs for the tube stations and the tubes themselves? They are 40 planks, 20 gears, 20 metal blocks for the stations, and then the tubes themselves each take 1 metal block and either 2 or 4 planks, depending on if they are regular or solid. Pretty cheap to build. Wedding is in 1 week, and your videos keep me sane, so thank you for that. Well, congratulations, first of all. That's exciting, and I'm glad that you're here. Kurt says, if I may be proud for a bit, a Serb guy created the perfect calendar 100 years ago. I unfortunately have no idea how to attempt to pronounce that, but I'll take your word for it. I hope I can remember to go check that out, because it's so interesting to see these like alternative theories of like splitting up time and different things that we've abandoned or never considered just because the ingrained system was too powerful. All right, I'm still not at the bottom yet, man. All right. I'm assuming that is best in slot. Drexo's 13-month calendar is best in slot. Got daylight savings. That's an entire different can of worms. Hi from Indonesia. Glad to have you. He's going to complain about having no science in a while. Hey, calm down. We're not there yet. Late to the stream. What's new in Update 7? Yes. We'll talk a little bit about this more. I really want to make sure I can get caught up on chat before things get completely sideways. There is a separate video if you want to watch that. I posted earlier this afternoon. It's about 20 minutes long. Let's see. Been liking the series. I can relate to every single problem you run into. That's kind of why I do it that way. If I cut out my mistakes, then people wouldn't have any idea what the super easy pitfalls are. Right? It's authentic. It's fun. I like doing it that way. Is the barn new? No, this is the farmhouse design as of Update 4 for the Iron Teeth when they did the food rework. Delete one of the overhangs behind the farmhouse and dam there. This one that the deep water pump is currently on. We can do that once it's actually in drought mode. I know we're gonna make game progress soon. I refuse to ignore people in chat because that's very important to me. Good morning. Currently it is 7 p.m. where I am, but if it's morning where you are, good morning to you. Do the natural overhangs work like impermeable tiles? Natural overhangs, yes, I'm pretty sure. But if you build the metal ones, no. We've gone over any of the new stuff. I put a video out earlier today. We're going to talk a little bit about it once I catch up with chat. I'm here. You can start playing now. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. How do you delete the overhangs? You can just hit demolish like you would with the slopes in any of the other versions of the game. Quick view of the full... We'll get there in a second. Give me one moment. Full map. If you want more simple water retention, you can get rid of one overhang and use the dams to replace... Yeah, we're going to do that in just a little bit. There are tubes? Yes, Marina, there are tubes. Welcome. Good to have you. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Okay, a whole bunch of people yelling about tubes. Is this a new map or workshop? This is a runner-up for the large category of the latest map contest. And I already forgot what the name is. But I can't change Windows to go look at that. But it was one of the runners-up in the large category. Oh, it keeps moving me like 100 lines past in chat. Catch up on chat with 240 viewers. Look, I care about people, all right? I want to make sure everybody is at least acknowledged, or I have read their stuff even if I'm not reading it out loud. I fall asleep to your videos so much I forgot I was a beard booster. LOL. Thank you for being so appreciative every time. I genuinely appreciate people. And it's totally okay if you watch my videos to fall asleep or listen to them to fall asleep, whatever. That's part of the deal. Like one of my friends in real life when I started making these videos, like, hey man, like, I hope this isn't like upsetting to you, but I legitimately use your videos to fall asleep. Like, hey, that's fine. Still counts as a view. It's totally fine. Like, part of the deal of this is it's supposed to be something where we can enjoy each other's company, whether it's a live stream or a video or whatever, just a positive, helpful interaction to get people to forget about nonsense happening in the world, because we know there's enough of that already. Just good stuff. Good stuff, good times with good beavers. So happy I bought this. So happy I bought this stream. Those. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It's probably supposed to say caught, I'm assuming. 1 o'clock in the morning. If you have to go to bed, please go to bed. But it's very good to see you, as always. Kurt says with 250, I'm spending money to say, that was not behind the farmhouse. Look behind the farmhouse, build a dam. Oh, you mean like right here? Because this is, this is where the water sources are. And if we peel this back, I mean, I could put one here and one here, but the water is still going to disappear all the way down here. We have to dam this. And that's basically the only way that's going to work. And then all of that just goes through here. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Don't worry. What's really going to be hard is when we have bad tides. That's going to cause a lot of problems. All right. All right. We were almost there. Petition for the tube emoji. When I catch up to the absolute glut of just incredible amounts of things I have to do, then maybe. Legacy of the Tides is the map name. Thank you, Frank. Thank you. Number cruncher yet? Almost. Hey, Mike. Good to see you. And everyone else, if I don't mention you by name, I'm still glad you're here. There's a lot of you in chat, and I'm desperately trying to get through stuff so we can catch up with the gameplay. First time actually catching a live stream. Love the content. Keep it up. Thank you for being here. Beaver nonsense is far better. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We can, no matter what else is going on or whatever, we can all enjoy quality gameplay with the beavers. That's always what it's about. Leave the garbage at the door and just enjoy each other's company here. Directly behind the farmhouse. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Look, there's a farmhouse. Farmhouse is right here. You want me to take this out and dam it there? I mean, we can, but this would be a much easier way to do it. In terms of actually having everything greened. You swear? Well, don't do that. There's children in chat. Not all the way back, literally just behind the... Okay, yeah. I get you. I get you. I love that you used your distinguished beard booster message just to highlight what everyone else has been screaming. Never change. Never change. You'll never be caught up with chat. I'm actually scrolled all the way down now. Videos are my morning routine as I get up, start working. Oh, no, it's scrolled. Gets my brain working to try and anticipate what you'll do or understand what you choose to do or facepalm at the imminent failure / oopsies. Yes. Glad to be part of your day. Thanks for watching. Watching Timberborn while playing Timberborn might have a problem. That's a lot of Timberborn. That's a lot of beavers at once. I do sometimes, if I'm working on other stuff, I'll put other videos on in the background, though. Let's see. Game is hard mode. The chat is apocalypse mode. You got that right. But it's a good way to go about it. Oh, boy. Something happened. Hold on. I was almost to the bottom. Devilish. Devilish fun. Gifting 20 memberships right when we got to the very end of chat. Obviously, I appreciate you very much. Thank you so much for that. Let's see who's got them. TJ Ninja, Jeppy Peterson, Beta Gaming HD1, God's Bad Karma, Kong Kong, Wartron, Paper Mushrooms, Joe Deeker, Myrony, Luke Rowe, Joe NKE9, Scoves, Andrew, THRDDR, and Rashkari. Oh, there's so many more. Dre, Matthew Robertson, Gorsnet, Soren, Mr. Zesty. Anybody else? Is that everything? I think so. 20 gift memberships on behalf of Devilish Fun. Thank you very much. And welcome back to most of you. Welcome, period, point blank, to those of you who are brand new. My anti-gift shield is fully functional. You know, it's okay to accept gift memberships unless your channel's not allowed to do that. All right, I've got to stop reading chat just so we can actually get this accomplished, because we're going to be in a world of hurt if this isn't taken care of. I have this dam ready to go. We have 0.7 days. Do you think, I say to a chat I have not yet caught up with, do you think it's going to be possible to demolish this natural overhang and also place in another dam before the drought begins? Do we think that's going to be possible? Oh, man, I'm still so far behind. All right. Oh, no, there's another... there's another one. I see it coming across. I see it coming across here. Gift memberships are a great way to spam. I mean, yeah, it's definitely super effective. Oh, boy. Friendly reminder to verify you were able to receive gifted memberships, not lifted memberships. But yes, please do, if you have the ability, turn that on. It is randomized. I don't know exactly how they do it, but you're going to want to have that on for these streams, especially these early Update 7 streams. The Update 6 ones, there's like one of those, like one person gave 150 of them. Like, I don't understand how that's even possible, but they did it. They did it, and a whole lot of people got added to the list at that point. I think there's 1,400 names on it right now. No, the crops are going to be fine. Crops are going to be fine. Let's see. Paid for your membership too soon. Well, you never know. You never know. If you hadn't, then nobody would have gifted any. You know that's how that works. You can't because of geo restriction. Well, that's weird. I never heard of that. All right. Oh, hello. Hello, James. 10 gifted memberships. Very good to see you. There's somebody else. Happy Hago. Oh, there's so many gift memberships. All right, so I don't know who's going to get from which gift set here, but James F., Peter McGrath, is that Antiri, Jose Mata, Matthew Smith, Evan Hyde, Farid, Adam Goss, Nicholas Maher, Mr. Dis, PJ, Taranjeet, Manikandan, Lucas, Lag 007, that's a cool name, Greg Roble, Orc Booger, Renko, is that Renko Sestarik, maybe? Kiwi New, and then some emoji that it's not showing up on my screen. No Love Forum, that's clever. I think that's everybody who's been gifted memberships. Oh no, oh no, oh no, here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again, folks. More gifted memberships just as soon as I got to the end of that one. It's Goliath. Hello. Hello, friend. Welcome. I'm so sorry to VOD watchers. I'm not that sorry, but I'm definitely sorry at least a little bit. I promise that sometimes things happen in game. But it is very important in the moment of live streams to acknowledge people's contributions and direct support of the channel and what we got going on here. Goliath, you absolute madman, 50 gifted memberships. Wow. Wow, thank you so much for the support. Am I going to run out of names? Am I going to run out of names? Jessica S., Madison K., Hayakin, Aggie392, Azure Light, Malaysia, MP3Zilla gifted a membership. Wow, that's a name we haven't seen in a while. I know MP3's been busy taking care of business. Froby's there, Aaron Strand is there, Sam Tyson, Lucas Wallace. Oh no, now it's scrolled all the way down. Oh, okay, you guys are deliberately sabotaging this at this point. It's too many names to read. It's too many names to read. Okay, let's see. Derek, Johan, Obi-Ron Kenobi, what a great name. Marcel, Tim, JK Gamer, Kevin Watkins, Victor, Hans Probst, Jason Forsyth, Nate Maxwell, Nicholas Jones, Cookie Monster 704, Reese, Charmanand. Okay, that's a name I recognize from a long time ago. Tio Cell, Hal Colson, Ola AC Chillin. That's another cool name. Noah, Denver. Oh, now Devilish has gifted 10 more memberships. Ryan Johnson, Mike Anderson, Paul Hampson, Stacy, Space Monkey 0453, Diogo, I'm assuming is how that's pronounced. JDams 509, Joe Brunson, Neo Manic XZ, Scrolling betrayed me once again. Hold on. Slothful Tom, Kenny Alexander, Bender 24K, Zoe Diggity, Evil Necroid, Artemis Penguin. Is that like Artemis Fowl but penguin form? Is that Basty Dristor, Shayla Doyle, Michael Deem, Ryan Dickey, Ren Workman, Jaron Wood. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. It just doesn't stop. Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Play the game. I'm trying. I'm trying. we're working on it. Oh, I lost my spot here. Here we go. Thargor, Sarab Ragnak the Destroyer. That's a name from forever ago. I unfortunately do not know how that one is pronounced. Let's see. Gotta love the gift bombs. I absolutely do, because it's what makes doing this possible. Thomas Moon's Crazy CB. Oh no, it keeps going. It keeps going. Jovial Panda Dendy. Oh, who else is in here? I think I caught up. Silent Mike. Morning. Hello, Silent Mike. Okay. The record for an individual stream, I believe, is 200? 250? Which is completely, just absolutely insane. Also, yes, we are 41 minutes and 24 seconds into the stream. We have 108 new members, and we've only gotten to day 6 of Cycle 1 because I stopped to read chat. All right. I think we're finally through to the end. Finally through to the end. I'm so glad I paused, or else this would have been a bad idea. Bad idea. Mr. Morcat, welcome to the boosters. Thank you very much for joining up. I love benevolent chaos. I also love benevolent chaos. He'll never catch up? Well, guess what? I'm at the bottom of chat now. 296 watching. Wow, really? Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, we better play the game. Okay. I did not forget about pods. We got distracted reading chat. 24-hour stream? No. Unfortunately, other people in this house have to go to bed. Because they have to wake up and go work real jobs. So, all right. Now we're going to unpause. We're going to demolish the natural overhang here. Make that the absolute priority. Come in here and then replace it with a dam. We are in the process of getting more logs. I think it's going to be totally fine. We're just going to have to commit to doing it and give these guys the 24-hour workday of doom. I foresee future investment in separate screen and portrait mode just for the chat screen. Wait, why is it doing that? Okay, hold on. I've got to peel this back. Does that go somewhere else? No, okay. I just have to have this be... Oh, you know what? This might end up causing a problem when we have the bad tides come in. But that, I'm pretty sure, is going to be fine to go in here. We'll get it figured out later. But I actually do have an expanded chat window on my second monitor. And even that was not enough. Even that was not enough to keep up with. Is this a workshop map or a default? It is a workshop map. It was one of the runners-up for the large category of the most recent map contest. It's amazing that we give JC so much money. He still hasn't invested in egg cartons for the room he streams in. You know, I actually have actual, like, sound deadening panels from when I lived in a different place. And I never put them up because this room is carpeted and I've got a lot of stuff in here that absorbs sound. But when I'm talking loudly, it doesn't matter because it's going to reflect off of the acres of monitors I have in front of me. And I also have my window open right now because it's nice outside. And I don't have to run the air conditioner, so sometimes there's going to be like outdoor noise or cars or something. Maybe levying the title to the left. I can't do those yet because I don't have science, and we're not quite to the point where we can afford to do that. Buy a taller monitor. I mean, when I get another monitor, I'll probably turn at least one of these into a portrait chat-only one. But I'm going to have to reorganize my desk for that. How do we check what? Oh, hello. Good to see you. For some reason, this is the only channel with memberships where I can't confirm having receiving gift memberships on. Really? That's weird. Haven't you been gifted memberships before, or has it always just been something that you've purchased for yourself? I legitimately do not remember. I think it's been a while. Don't have science. Yeah, I know. Well, the number cruncher could help with that. But guess what? You have to have science to get the number cruncher. I know. I need more logs. They're working on it. We're actually closer than you think. Okay. All right. After that absolute marathon of a chat reading session, I think we can finally make some progress here. I just need 4 more logs. They're bringing it up. I think we're going to be okay. They've got who is this? First of all, Riley's got one logs, famously plural form for one. Come on, let me click on the beaver. We got 2 here, and we're really close. Does somebody have 1 more log? Or is that... Aha! Aha! Oh, yeah. We got the log. We're going to make it just in time. Want to see something cool? Check the hole by the lone tree by your water pumps. Oh, this? Or are you talking about down here? I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to. I'm assuming it's this tree. That's like the only single tree pretty much anywhere. That's a lot of number cruncher emotes. There's water in the hole. There is, because this is actually all connected. And I do want to eventually dam this up, but this was the easier thing to do. So this is actually finished. So we're going to have water to maintain these crops, which is fantastic news. Can't stick around, sadly. Have fun. Thanks for showing up. Good to see you, even if it's just for a moment. VOD, as always, minus the, 45 minutes of accomplishing almost nothing, will be good viewing for you tomorrow. Stick a pump in the hole. Yeah, we could, but the water's already gone. And we have these guys that are set to be a maximum of 6 depth. So this is actually perfectly fine here. We got 120 water stored up. Probably should have had a little bit more, but we got distracted with fun stuff. Reduce working hours. You are absolutely correct. Let's do that before it gets out of hand. Down to 18 is what I usually like to do. Just big brain myself. I can watch on my Steam Deck. You absolutely can. I don't know if... I've never actually used a Stream Deck, so I don't know... Kurt says, that damn cost me like $5. I feel like I bought an NFT. Well, unlike an NFT, this is actually something that you can, look at and have something that makes a difference, besides just a picture of a monkey. This has actually provided direct benefit to the playthrough. Didn't get a notification for the live. Been watching shorts for the last 2 hours. Yeah, shorts will get you. They'll get you. Like, 1 second you're like, I wonder what's on YouTube Shorts. And then the next minute you've seen, like, 48 of that physics duck guy. 48 of his things. Like, want to see something cool? And you're like, yeah, I want to see something cool. And then suddenly you look up and like, wait, that's not what time it was. Like, uh-oh. Problems. Back from making a big cup of tea. Are we dead yet? No, we are not. But we do have a dam in place, and we're about to get our first drought. And we got a whole lot of hungry beavers because we had it on 24-hour work days. But not all is lost. Everything's fine. What's our first drought going to be? 5 days. 5 days in cycle 1. Totally fine. We've got some water, and this is still going to have some water staying in here. We can continue pumping, which is very good news. And these guys are going to do what they're going to be able to do. Yeah, having this still, like, irrigable is a tremendous, tremendous asset. ADHD time blindness will get you every single time. Every time. Old school Kevmo. Yeah. Yeah, the guy who, isn't he like a cook in a sorority house or something? Like a professional cook? It's always really interesting stuff. Yeah. Ace, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. Who's got them? I'm that Bama Boy, Ben the Gaming Guy, Rand Urban, Marcel Hebert, and Fable Rose. Welcome to the boosters on behalf of Ace. Thank you very much. Played with 7 a little, update 7 of Timberborn, a little when I found out, but then I got stuck on shorts every time. It'll get you every time. Devilish says, roll tide. All right. Let's actually get some stuff accomplished now. We're in a really good spot early game. We've got enough water. This isn't going to be an issue. We're already picking up our kohlrabis. And then before we get power, we can't really do anything else with food, but we can start planting stuff. So if you don't normally play Iron Teeth, the fermenter is going to be our best friend for the next little bit of our food journey here. And we don't have to have canola oil to do cassavas. Obviously, the best crop that we've decided in the apocalypse mode thing definitely has to be corn. But it requires a bunch of science we don't have yet, so easiest thing for us to do, moving forward at least, is going to be to get some cassava planted, even if we don't really need it right now. We're going to want to have it later. So that's going to be something that we can spend our time and effort working toward. We can continue putting in some additional storage for water, but for right now that's probably not a big deal. We need to get science going. So, Inventor needs to be the name of the game when we come up here, and I think this isn't really a great place to be putting this, so I might not want to right there. But considering where we are now, we can't plant anything on this, so it really doesn't matter in the first place. I think I'm just going to go ahead and put one of these guys right here, because it's nice and close. Looks like I didn't miss much as far as gameplay in the last 20 minutes. No, because we had 100-something gift memberships, and I read all those. See? Sometimes it works out. You have to, you know, leave the computer for a little bit, and then we get 80 gift memberships in the span of 3 minutes, and then I have to go read through 1.5 miles of chat. Maybe some local trees for logs. Well, when we have the science to build one of the foresters, then yeah, we'll do that. But for now, we still have all these trees here, and we do have the ability before too long to get up here once we unlock the stairs and the other stuff. Just thought of a game, Kurt says. A stream that JC can't pause in order to read chat, but he still has to read chat. We can even make bets for how long until everyone dies. That's not going to last very long at all. Probably, depending on... wow, there's 315 people in here. All right, let's actually accomplish something. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, it absolutely demolished my ability to look at chat. I don't know what just happened. Hold on. Live stream window. Now would be a good time to insert ads. I'm not doing it, YouTube. Stop asking. There we go. Chat's back. Let's see. The only thing I'm sad about for the update, goodbye my dear ladders and floodgate triggers for now. Yeah, the mods are all broken, unfortunately, but they'll be back. They'll be back. Please do not write fan fiction of me. I mean, do what you want, but it's a little weird. It's reminding me of that Twitter comment about how great a game Disco Elysium would be if it was set in the Alps and you were a witch looking for her cat. I'm actually not familiar with that game. I know it might be a heresy, but I don't never played it. I'm so glad you do not do ads. I mean, I do ads, I just don't insert them during live streams because I feel like that's stupid. Obviously, if you do that, then whatever, you do what you want. But if I'm watching a live stream, I hate being interrupted for an ad. No, as a VOD, yeah, ads are going to be in there because that's how I make money. But in live, in the process of doing it, I'm not going to just have random mid-rolls while it's live. Stop it. Return of the chat. Well, I can't sing it or I'll be demonetized, but no, I get you. Lori, there's plenty of that on the internet. Just be careful where you go. Because you might learn something you didn't want to learn. Oh, no. You're fine. You're fine. No, oh, boy. Here we go. Here we go. Talking about stuff. I really like... I guess the official term is... I guess we could say, like, iterative fiction. Like, you have an idea, like, you connect with a property or something. You're like, what would these characters do in X, Y situation? Whatever. I think that's cool. A lot of friends that are into, like, writing stuff. I've written stuff in the past. Not in a long time. But it's really interesting to me. I just think it's fun to be creative, no matter what that creative outlet is. So, more power to you. Ad block for the win. I'm pretty sure YouTube has started enforcing that as not actually working at this point. If it works for you, hey, cool. Yes, Frank, absolutely correct. But there are children who watch these, so... If you destroy the 3 overhangs that are closer to the source on the side with crops, you'll get more farmable land. You talking about, like, these guys here? Because this was my original plan before I had the opportunity to put that there. So that this would be all of this still. Which we can do because, guess what? It's dry. And it's not going to be a problem. So we'll say goodbye to that. Say goodbye to that. And we'll put a dam here instead, which will keep all of this ready to go. Angry Beavers was pretty good. Yes, we do need kits. They're all grown up. And yeah, I guess we have berries. That's probably fine. So I'm going to go ahead and build a breeding pod while we still have the opportunity to do so. Probably, honestly, should go ahead and build 2. So we can, actually have that ready to go. I don't really have enough logs. See, this is what happens. This is what happens. All right. Hopefully they can take care of some stuff here. All right. What time zone are you streaming from? I don't know why my brain just shut off. U.S. Eastern Time, so UTC -4, I want to say. Stackable farmland is going to be really cool when we get there. I actually don't have keys to anything. Like, I don't get promotional copies of the game. It is on sale right now, though. I want to say it's like 30% off. It's absolutely worth the money. Absolutely worth it if you can afford to buy it. So, we got 3 days. I did delete this. And what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to put 2 dams in here, or 1 dam and 1 levee, but we don't have science enough for that yet. We will start with, I guess... You know, I actually don't know how it interacts with this. We'll start with this one. We'll start with that one. It's -5 for Eastern Standard Time? Really? Alrighty, here we go. Time zone chat again. Was in a workshop, found someone who's created a mod to mark all trees for cutting. Yeah, and that was actually, I forget who said it. It might have even been you, I'm sorry. But someone recommended that I install that because it doesn't actually... It might have been Mike. It was Mike, wasn't it? Mike O'Donnell, parentheses photo in the chat, about now I can't remember what words I was saying. Trees being marked for cutting doesn't actually slow down the game. I'm pretty sure that was you. Not enough science, you say? Well, no, because we don't have enough science. We're getting there. Only got Timberborn last week. I already have 50 hours. Yeah, it's going to suck up all your time, but it's so worth it. Have you checked out the minimap mod? No, but I want to. I haven't had a chance to get into it, and now we're in Update 7, so it's probably going to be a while. Wow, they already built this? Really? Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put this dam in here, so that's ready to go. When this is finished, I will take this one out so we can actually have this whole thing greened appropriately. Do you have log storage? No, we do not, but we also, you know, don't need it right now because we're not hoarding enough of it. Minimap like on RuneScape? I mean, not just RuneScape, but like every game. Most games have a mini-map, but I think it sits in like the lower right corner and it just, you know, shows you various things. I don't know if you can click on it to go to places like you can in RuneScape, but... However, if you have a job, ... you need to pace yourself on this game. The money and the rent comes first, then comes family, last comes games. The problem with that is when playing the game is your job and it pays your rent and pays for stuff for your family. Then you can play as much as you want. That causes problems too. But looks like this is going to be ready to go. Get that out of there. Water will slowly make its way around all of this. And we're going to be in a pretty good spot, folks. We've got 1 day left. We will need to rebuild this other water pump. We're starting to run out of water, but we'll get there. We do have some baby beavers brewing in the baby beaver brewing word for pot that rhymes or starts with B. I couldn't come up with one. But bucket, baby beaver brewing bucket. There we go. Yes, I absolutely am an exception in that regard. Please take care of your real-life responsibilities before spending inordinate amounts of time playing video games. This has been an official PSA. So, these crops are drying out, but, you know, they got a day and a half, and this will be back in less than a day, so that's totally fine. I do not have a hot tub. I have seen beavers in this general area, though. How much are you going to pay battery for a mod that removes all rubber besides the path when it's retrievable? I actually don't know if battery accepts money for doing Timberborn stuff, but would absolutely not be opposed to sending some that way. Don't forget to put down a forester. I do have the science for it, don't I? But the problem with that is we don't have planks yet, which is something we have to get into doing probably sooner rather than later. So I've got to figure out where I'm going to place all this stuff. Water comes back. Pick these things up. We got to get pumping hopefully soon. We do have some... we have a couple thirsty beavers. They're also complaining because they don't have anywhere to sleep, which is... understandable. I'm going to go ahead and put this water pump back in. So we got to have another one of those. I think the best place for getting water to actually turn one of these wheels without building the beard wheel, beaver exercise and rotary device. I'm pretty sure that's what we decided it would stand for. I'll just put one of those guys right there, and then we'll have to just get the... Nope, that's not where that goes. Come on. We'll have to just get this turned around and put into a lumber mill. Just so we have access to stuff. Not going to be forever. We have 2 breeding pods. We have 2 breeding pods. We'll have some more baby beavers coming out of the beaver brewing bucket soon. Can you check if there's rubble in the canal under the road? There is a thing of 15 logs that I don't have storage for, which we are going to kind of fix. I guess I can just go ahead and put a large industrial pile in here. That's going to be totally fine. Just put that for logs, get that built at some point. Probably should be first. Unless they're... Yeah, okay. We have to have that built. Alright. I promise we're going to make progress in this stream. An hour and 2 minutes into it, and we're in cycle 2, day 1. But we did have a lot of very important stuff to take care of. A bearding pod? No one's dead yet, so we can't complain. They will die soon. They'll get old. They'll pass away, as is life. But we need to put in some barracks so they have somewhere to sleep. I think would be smart. Oh, this is a super easy place to put one of these. But obviously the rest of this stuff comes first, even though they probably are going to try to build this, so I'm going to pause that. Gotta have all of this ready to go. It's not going to be a tremendous amount of flow for a little bit, but you know what they say. Everything takes time. Just takes time. Dropped an image of where I am, meaning in the Discord, regard to overhangs to destroy to get more irrigation. Alright, well let me pull that up real quick. Where is that? Oh, okay, no, I see what you're talking about. So, you want me to get rid of these 2, I think. It looks like, and then there's some others. But let's take a look back here. I think it might actually already be irrigated. Oh, yep, got another drought coming in. This is going to be fun. Yeah, so I think this is already irrigating. I think this hasn't actually caused any problems. That's a lot of hot tubs, Devilish. Let's take this off at triple speed. So almost 3 days for the main flow of water to get to the beaver location. Yeah, that's, well, also none of this is going this way. I'm pretty sure it's all flowing out through here. Or there might be a tunnel somewhere. I still don't know everything about this map. What's really unfortunate is that we're about to build this, and then it's going to be completely useless. This is almost no flow. In fact, it does have no flow. So where's all this? Where's all of it going? Oh, okay. It's flowing out this way. That explains a lot. That explains a lot. Because this is only flowing in from here. We have access to a level higher up. Yes, however, this is flat to here, so that's probably going to help us out a lot. Might have to force flow. Yeah. All right, well, I'll tell you what. This was a gamble that failed. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to collect the remnants of those logs, and we're just going to have to commit to building a beard wheel. We're just going to have to do it. That's the only way we're going to make any power until we have an engine, which is going to take quite a long time. Quite a long time. The tragic mistake of all of this was, you know... Just pause that. Not having enough water stored, because we only have 2.5 days. We absolutely need to focus on getting water stored. So, As unfortunate as it is, that's just the reality of where we find ourselves. Just make some more stuff here. Totally fine. Just have to have some patience. At least we have food, kind of. I don't have any storage for kohlrabis. Don't have any power to ferment the cassavas. But we have managed to hold a decent portion of our water back for irrigation purposes. The beaver brewing barrel. Oh, that's much better than bucket. Much better than bucket. Okay. What have we learned? What have we learned? First of all, there's some trees here that I can cut down. Second of all, we finally have log storage, just in time to have no logs. Third of all, never spend an hour and 6 minutes and 39 seconds reading chat instead of playing the game, or else you're going to find yourself in a bad situation in cycle 2 already. But it's fine, we're having a good time. Still wish the name for the thing was Beaver Cruncher. Well, I think that could have a couple of different connotations. But, regardless, just after the 2 birches next to the housing that leads to the top of the plateau. You're talking like this? That blockage there? I don't think that actually connects to anything. No, that's just its own deal. Are you talking about this slope here being a way to access? Yeah. No, that's absolutely something we could do. We just have to get the trees out of there. Once we're able to get up here. Can they actually reach these two? Yeah, looks like it. Okay. We'll add that to the cut list, and we'll make use of this. This is huge. The experimental drop was a complete surprise. Yeah, tell me about it. Seeing playing is really making my day/night. I am glad you're here. And yes, I woke up this morning earlier than I wanted to, and had the amazing combination of I can't believe this is finally here, mixed with, oh god, now I have to make like 3 videos today. But it's all fun. It's all fun. Food storage ASAP. We'll get there. I'm not terribly worried, but we do need storage for the berries at the very least. I don't want to invest in a medium warehouse for those. Not yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put this little one right here. Remember where the berries are actually stored, and then that's going to be what's going on with that. See you, Ben. Thanks for being here. Finally managed to fix my account so I can accept gift memberships. It was extremely asinine. Yep, that sounds like a Google product. But I'm glad you got that fixed. Hopefully, next wave, whenever somebody decides to throw some out, you can get one of them. Just got gifted a sub. Glad to catch you live. Yeah, people do that from time to time, and it's always really fun. Glad to have you. They dropped experimental, so you won't play anything else. Yeah, they heard me talking in the video I recorded last night about how I want to play City Skylines 2, finally. It's like, no, we can't let that happen. Can't let that happen. We gotta drop it now. Oh, man, but we are going to get back into that kind of stuff whenever I build new computers. So I guess we can actually talk about that a little bit, because people keep asking in video comments, and I think at least a couple people before stream started asked about it as well. New computers coming soon. I just have to get the motherboard and the case in. I had a motherboard I wanted to buy because it was like the cheapest X870 board, I'm pretty sure. That actually seemed like something that was going to be tolerable, but my friend who's been helping me put the list together actually bought it and said it was a piece of garbage. So I was like, I'm not going to buy that. I'm gonna go find something else. So I think I've identified one I want to get. I'm going to do a little bit more research on it. Because, you know, the thing is supposed to last the entire lifetime of the build. I don't want to make a rash decision just based on, oh, well, this one's $20 cheaper, but what if it has terrible bifurcation for PCIe lanes or something? Because I'm using this professionally. As stupid as it sounds to call myself a professional Timberborn player, that's basically what I am at this point. So I'm not afraid to spend a little bit more money to get something that's going to be more stable and going to be a better platform with which to make videos and do streams and hang out with you guys. So hopefully next week I'll be able to get that taken care of, and then we'll be able to do a bunch of stuff. But honestly, for the Beaver game, it's probably not going to make that big of a difference, because this game runs really well on most computers anyway until you get to the late game. Now they just need to drop Ostrich Knight. You better stop. You better stop. You better stop. I can't do that. I can't do everything. North arrow. Why? We didn't even decide what that meant. Please put water pumps upstairs. Where exactly do you propose I do that? Because I don't want to pump out water from here, because this is where the irrigation happens. This is, I think, honestly, this is fine. We've just about filled up. We have filled up our storage. We've got 0.3 days. I'm going to say I'm going to build 2 more of them right here. I know I don't have enough logs to really do that, but at the very least, we do want to have that available. New computer, red, green, or blue. I really don't like RGB. If I had my rathers, I'd have minimal or none. But I actually don't think many of the components do have color to them. The case I want to get is the, I think it's Lian Li Vision 011 or whatever it's called. Seems like it's a pretty nice case, mostly glass on the outside, so you can look inside, but it doesn't have a ton of obnoxious stuff everywhere. And it's got a lot of internal volume, and it has great spots for fans. So if Micro Center gets it back in stock, then I'll drive over there and get it. But if not, I might just have to pick it up from somebody else. Other series going to continue, or are you jumping to number 7? I don't want to pause everything, but there is going to have to be a little bit of a focus on Update 7 stuff. Just to be perfectly honest with you, because if I don't, I'm stupid. And I'm going to absolutely tank myself on the algorithm if I don't just super laser focus on Update 7 stuff. We're not going to end Apocalypse Mode. We're not going to end the Ember Pelt stuff. But probably the next couple days are going to have to be Ember Pelts videos. Or not Ember Pelts, Update 7 videos. And then we'll probably have a revised schedule for next week. We'll see what happens. You're also from the south. Does that mean you all... Well, the answer to your question is no. I avoided glass when picking the case for my PC and ended up with a 30-pound monolith. Oh, man, yeah. See, the all-steel cases are just so heavy. And it's nice to look at stuff. But tempered glass also is kind of scary. You know, if you stress it wrong, it just completely explodes. Okay, now I am kind of behind on chat a little bit. Since you're not using the 4-way district center, you can delete the other 3 slopes and get more build space. You are correct. I just hadn't wanted to focus on that quite yet. We will go ahead and get rid of those 3. Okay, so these are done for the next couple days. We can go ahead and pause the water pumps. And now we're going to have extra beavers to do other stuff. So, they're all still homeless, which is regrettable. But we are going to have to get some sort of housing built because this is not going to cut it for well-being. We have a -3 right now because of shelter issues. So that's going to have to be the next thing we build is barracks. And we do have science to unlock the forester. I can't build it because I don't have planks. And I can't make planks because I don't have any power. And I don't have any power because I haven't built the large power wheel. And I haven't built that because it takes 100 logs. So, this I don't think is going to be enough logs to build one of those. So we're going to have to get... Going to have to get a little creative about this. I haven't really established what the water flow situation is. Or is going to be able to be. If that makes sense. Wait, hold on. What's going on here? That's an overhang. Is there a source in here? No, those are just more overhangs. I think we can exploit this for irrigation purposes. I love this map so much. There's so much cool stuff here. Why does this have nasty water? Or is that just... Okay, that's just leveling. I don't know. I gotta figure out how to get water flow to actually make us power. Outside of, I guess, just getting rid of some of these overhangs and putting a little one in there. I don't know, man. I don't know how we're going to do it. Now I'm so far behind on chat again. Here we go. I did not ignore your froggy. Not intentionally, at least. Other series go... Oh, I already answered that. Oh, okay, Sean, I get you. AMD red, NVIDIA green, Intel blue. I'm getting... Well, I already have a 9800X 3D, so that's Team AMD, and I have a 4070 Super because the 5000 series cards are completely overpriced for the performance, and also very hard to find. So we're going to be rocking with the 4070 Super for a while until I can, if I can find a 50 series card that isn't completely insanely overpriced, or I come across like a 4080 or 4090 I can pick up. But it's going to be plenty for what I'm doing. Let's see. Check Newegg. Newegg is so hard to find stock on stuff like that. I was camped out on there for a long time. Long time on last Thursday, actually. So we're not soft locked because we don't have 100 logs. We're fine. Remember, the trees will continue growing. It just might take a little bit of time. We just have to be able to generate some sort of water flow, and if it has to be that we take some of these out and put wheels up here, then that's what we'll do. I don't want to remove these if I can help it, because I think these are really cool. From the motherboard, I suggest MSI Tomahawk. So I'm actually looking specifically at one of the MSI Tomahawks. I think it's an X870. I've got it saved. Micro Center had it for, I think, 300 something, but Amazon had it a little cheaper. But I heard a lot of really good stuff about that, and it's got some nice features. It has the debug LEDs, like the display, the segment display, which is really, really nice at that price point. Yeah, I think it's an MSI Mag Tomahawk. The X870 is what I'm looking at. We'll see what happens. Jason says, I have a 4090. Oh, I remember. I will not be buying a 50 anything card. I just don't like what they did on them. Yeah, if you have a 4090, there's absolutely no reason for you to buy one. Absolutely no reason. 50 series is a good excuse to get a 40 series Super, hopefully at lower price. I have a 4070 Super. So honestly, I'm probably fine for multiple years. But I kind of wanted to get one of the higher end cards so I could run Cities Skylines at more than 20 FPS. Sorry, it's almost 2 o'clock at night. Please, if you need to go to bed, go to bed. Bod will always be here. But I am glad that you are, or have been able to be here at least. Definitely need a mod for placing overhangs in Update 7. I mean, you can do it in dev mode. So I can't imagine that would be too hard. Think you'll ever notice he's had 2 beavers on wood just cut sitting there, woodcutter just sitting there for 2 hours. Well, they do have other stuff to cut that I could allow them to do. I don't think they can really reach much of anything else. I know that's already taken care of. There's a little bit up here. But I think we're probably okay. All right, but we have to actually buckle down and decide what we're going to be building. Because we have barracks here. If I pause this right now, I can still delete this and I can get 16 logs back. We might be able to get to 100 if we cut all the trees down. We might be able to do it. We almost certainly could if I got rid of some of these things as well. I know we have some oaks up here, so let's go ahead and get these cut down. Those of you who asked what's new in the update and I haven't gotten to yet, I'm sorry, we're going to get there. I just very, very, very easily get distracted. I know. It comes as a complete surprise to absolutely everybody. Not really. But I'm going to go ahead and put this guy up here and just let them take care of that in due time. Oh, that's ugly. Get that out of here. I know this is going to sound bad, but I think we just have to do it. I think we just have to put the beard wheel in. Oh, it's going to be such suboptimal placement. But if we're doing that, we don't have to have that next... Ooh, there's logs here. There's logs here. All right. So... Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to cause problems for ourselves. If I put the beard wheel there, they can start building it. And then we can put in the industrial lumber mill right next door. I think they can make it work. I think they can do it. We just have to allow them to cut every single accessible tree down. And then maybe we'll be okay. Let's put a couple more of these lumberjack flags in place. This I'm going to pause because it doesn't need to be done anything with. All right, now we can finally get back to where people were originally asking me to talk about stuff like an hour ago, and we didn't do it. Okay, what's new in Update 7? Like I said, there is a video I put out this afternoon, but basically the gist is Update 7 now has access to 3D terrain. So when we unlock terrain blocks, we'll be able to put them on top of basically anything, and we can do irrigation up in the sky with actual farmland. We can do stackable farm stuff. It's going to be super awesome. But the Iron Teeth also have two buoys, hypertubes, whatever you want to call them. But they're very, very, very flexible things. 4 times movement speed, super useful, really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. I have talked so much today while making videos. But you build these guys around. You can go up and down with the solid ones. You can build stuff on top of the solid ones. It's just some really cool stuff. Really, really exciting stuff. So that will be coming much later, probably a couple streams at least down the line, because we do have to have metal to get to that. And on this map, metal is kind of close by, but we do still have to be able to get across here, so that is going to have to wait a little bit. So we'll see what happens. Folktales have zip lines, like a couple people in chat have said, and that's what we're going to be doing in the video series that starts tomorrow. Probably not going to get to zip lines for that one until, I'm sure, at least episode 4 or 5. But we're going to be working on it. Have other oaks on top. Oh, there are a couple, yes. Let's go ahead and get those, or, well, okay, this one marked for cutting, and then this, and this. Looks like that's all in range. Yep, good to go. All right. Send Silent Mike to the wheel. Well, I can't punish people. Hurry up and build the wheel and put me in it. I mean, if you are randomly selected, then you will be in the wheel. If your beaver even exists. That's the wrong tab. There is not currently a Silent Mike beaver. We can now do a Waterworld playthrough. We absolutely could with this. Absolutely could. Satisfactory is adding hypertube intersections. No, I did not see. And I don't know if Hop is still in chat. I know he posted a comment asking. I do not know when the next time we're going to be able to do Satisfactory is. I would like to soon, but it's going to take me some time to finish the Fixmas stuff, because I have to change the date on my computer to get that to show back up. And I obviously now am busy with Beaver stuff. But I do want to get that finished. I probably am not going to stream the rest of the Fixmas stuff. I just want to get it done so we have the tree there. But I do want to get back to Satisfactory streams. Don't know what I'm going to have to move around to make that happen, but at some point we will do that. Contamination irrigation barrier change. Yes, that's also worth mentioning. So I can't place this now because I don't have the science for it. But the irrigation barriers, contamination barriers now act more like fences. So we can't do the diagonal thing anymore. Like where before you could put one here, and they would block everything from coming through the middle. Well, they don't actually have edges anymore. They just kind of connect to each other. So if you put one here and one here, then it would all just flow through. And that's no good. Let's get these beavers in here pumping. I should have remembered to turn that back on. Yes, water folks. Thank you very much for that. If they ever add competing beaver multiplayer, maybe you can get water from the tiers. Well, that'd be salty. That's not good to drink. But yes, how far are we on this? 67 out of 100. Very good. There's still plenty of trees down here, so I think we might actually be able to make this work. Right now, though, the problem is the water, which we are forever having to deal with. I don't want to build any storage for food until we have all of this taken care of. I know it seems stupid, but it is what it is. Kohlrabies, you know the deal. Cassavas, we can't really do anything with, but I'm going to plant them anyway. I just want to make sure we have stuff in here. Uh-oh, I saw something big pop up. I am Hatman. Thanks for the 5. Appreciate you. Seeing lots of suggestions to move the district center up to the dryland area. Yes, we can do that. However, I don't know how much benefit that's going to be because this is currently on top of terrain, so there's not too many other buildings that could actually go here. But, eventually we could do that. Another drown playthrough would be a whole lot of fun. I just don't know logistically how that's going to happen with bad water. I think it might become kind of impossible after a certain amount of time. I think there might be a water source deep in the ground on the lower level. Well, let's pause. Let's take a look. We go up one slice at a time. There is a water source here. What's above that? Oh, cool. So that's right there, huh? Where does that go? Just that one spot? Alright, that's actually useful. Okay. Keep an eye on that. So here, these are our water sources that are coming this way. That goes down there. That is it. There's a water source here that's higher, which is... Yep, there we go. I guess there's a couple more over here. We will have to see what goes where. I really like this new slicing thing they have. Super helpful. Super helpful. Save up signs for impermeable tiles for pressurized pipes. Yeah, that's, I think, going to be a super necessary thing sooner rather than later. But there's a lot of stuff we're going to have to unlock before we get to that. Remember, this takes metal, so that's way down the line. I haven't actually made any maps. I generally don't do stuff like that. I don't feel like I'm really that creative of a person for that. I am afraid of that link, Kurt. Let's just check the Ostrov Discord and see what they have to say. Because if it's actually coming tomorrow, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose my mind. Alright, let's see. Has anyone posted? No, they're talking about shoes. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that suggests that's actually true. I don't think you're being truthful there, buddy. Actually created 4 maps where they were too powerful and had to be removed. Yeah, don't spread secrets. Don't spread secrets. Just joining what's new. We are very slowly progressing through the beginning of a hard mode Iron Teeth playthrough here on a really cool map that has a lot of verticality and tunnels and stuff for water. Pretty neat stuff. Trying to get power set up. We actually do have the wheel, but we need to build the industrial lumber mill now so we can actually make planks, so we can plant more trees, so we can do all this other fun stuff. And there is a water source here that has water going somewhere. I don't know exactly where it's going, but it's going somewhere. I'm assuming through here. So this would have a little bit of flow, but kind of hard to get into. Is that spot the north arrow? I mean, you could make it the north arrow if you wanted to. If that's what you want. Okay. We have the industrial lumber mill. We have the large power wheel. We can make this work. This requires 75 HP. This is 300 with all 4, so you take one of those away, it's going to be close enough. We need to start making planks. I need to have, to make a forester, I need to have 7 planks. Let's go ahead and unlock it. And I'm going to go ahead and place a forester, I guess. Probably right here is fine. Go ahead and build a path up to it, so we can't do anything else with that. And that's going to be what we're doing here. We just have to make sure we can get enough trees. I think, yeah, this is fine. But we're going to want to replant ASAP. And hopefully we don't get a bad tide, because then all the trees will die. Yeah, we absolutely could put a wheel or 2 in here, but forget it. You're saying someone to do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies? Yeah, it happens all the time. Super common. Always vet your sources, folks. Always. People really, really love to lie to people on the internet. Yes, as many lumberjacks as you can, up to a total of 8, because somebody did the research. If you haven't seen, Mike O'Donnell's got a YouTube channel where he did the experimentation on all of the different amounts of lumberjacks and foresters and stuff. It turns out 8 is pretty much perfect, assuming you plant every square that you possibly can with trees. So we'll see what happens. when we get over there. This is not really ideal terrain for this, but we'll make it work. We'll do what we can. See you, Minoc. Have a fantastic night. Glad you were able to join us. Ashes of the Last War. I think a couple people have suggested I check that out. I don't think I've looked at it yet. Holds true for update 7, already retested. Good to know. Tried to lie on the internet once, got a cease and desist from your ISP. Would that be because you were uploading something that was not what you said it was, and people were downloading it? That's probably one of the only things you can do that's going to get you a letter from your ISP that says cease and desist. Which map have you selected for this playthrough? I already forgot what it's called. It was a runner-up for the map contest for the 256 by 256 large category. It had a bunch of L's. Legacy of something. Legacy of Tides, is that what it's called? That and uploading things are copywritten. Yeah, don't do that. I'm legally obligated to tell you, don't do that. But I'm also not your dad. Do what you want, but don't do that. Jason. Man, there's so many people that got fooled by that. For the record, do not put electronics in the microwave. It is a bad idea. But there are so many people that got fooled by that. Like, oh, I'm going to charge my iPhone in the microwave. Like, no, you're not. You're gonna explode it. It's like, it seems like the olden days of YouTube. You know, the guys that microwaved stuff for fun and science. Is it a good idea to microwave this? They put almost everything you could think of in a microwave, and it always ended poorly. I don't know what would cause people to think that would be a smart idea. They put an airbag in a microwave, and it blew up the microwave and broke the glass in the door in the house. It was a really funny video. Don't do that, by the way. I'm obligated to tell you, don't do that. But, like, why would you think putting anything in a microwave that is not food would be a smart choice? It's not. Yeah, LimeWire, Kazaa, yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Legacy of the Tides is the map name. I'm probably going to forget it in approximately 5 seconds anyway. But, yeah. Don't do dumb things, folks. We need to get somebody in here to do some planking. Yeah, some people also are just really dumb. That is true. Will it blend? Yes. Oh, man, I love those videos. Even if it was just a really thinly veiled ad for a $500 blender. I have no idea how much those cost now, but it was, you know, it's entertaining. It's good fun, you know. Well, I was in high school at the time. So it was like, oh, you see the new Will It Blend video? And I had dial-up, so of course I hadn't. And somebody pulls it up like, wow, that's so funny. They put an iPhone in a blender, huh? Don't believe everything you read on the internet. Abe Lincoln. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely flawless quote. There recently was a Florida man who microwaved a microwave. Well, is it a good idea to microwave this? People actually did that in, I think it was 2008, 2009. They took the magnetron out of a microwave and microwaved it, and then they just put a regular microwave in the microwave. And so, you know, surprisingly, it did not go well. It doesn't really work. Can I put C4 surrounded by ball bearings in the microwave? I really hope nobody actually thinks that's a safe thing to do. Do not do that. Compact disc in the microwave is the best way to destroy a CD because it creates lightning runners through the media. Yeah. It's the foil backing on the whatever. If you ever need to destroy a hard drive, drill it. Drill holes in it with like a drill with a hardened bit. It completely shatters the platters. Shatter the platter. And then, obviously, that renders it unreadable. Just simply hitting erase from inside the computer doesn't do enough. Don't forget your parents will help with the natural selection process if you put things in your parents' microwave. Don't try that. Don't try that, kids. Yeah, when I was in college, I had roommates, and well, I had roommates after I was out of college anyway. But the things I learned about what happens with a microwave when you put certain things in there, eggs were exploded frequently in the microwave. much to everyone's chagrin who actually had to clean it up. Wait, what did I miss? So much. So much. We're progressing at the speed of smell in terms of actually playing the game, but we're having a fantastic time in chat. 114 new members today, which is unbelievable. Tremendous amount of support. Thermite will get rid of any hard drive. I mean, yeah. It'll get rid of a lot of stuff. There's plenty of reasons why you'd want to destroy data. I'm not here to tell you what those would be, but privacy is important. We have 4 out of 7 planks, need 3 more, then the forester can plant some trees. C4 is food. I mean, technically it is eligible. It is edible, technically, and it does have many calories. But I can't endorse it as food. James says, marshmallows expand in the microwave. My ex-girlfriend was... Does that have anything to do with why she's an ex? No, yeah, marshmallows expand in the microwave is a really fun thing to learn when you have access to a large supply of peeps and toothpicks, because you can do peep jousting. For those of you who are not American or Canadian or wherever sells peeps, it's those like duck-shaped marshmallows that commonly are sold around Easter. I think you can probably buy them year-round. But you take these things, you station them a certain amount of distance apart on a microwave plate, and then you equip them with toothpicks. And when you microwave it, they expand because, you know, microwaves do that when they do that to marshmallows when they get heated up. And whichever one pops first is the loser. And you can do like a tournament bracket with it too. You just, like ladder style, just whichever one survives, put another new contender in with it, and just keep replacing the one that dies every time. Super fun way to like spend a couple hours in a whole bag of peeps or marshmallows or however you want to do that. How long before he remembers he has 2 lumberjacks right next to the district center? Right now? Not anymore. Problem solved. Oh, well that's unfortunate, James. Grape lightning in the microwave is cool. Yeah, again, use appliances responsibly and in a manner consistent with their instructions. You can do a lot of cool stuff with the microwave. I don't know that I'd say peeps aren't edible. I mean, they're not my favorite candy ever, but I'll have a couple every year. Easter time comes around. 10-second s'mores. I'm talking way too fast for my mouth to keep up. They're a favorite of mine, so with restraint, marshmallow in the microwave is awesome. Yeah, as long as you don't go too far, then it's perfectly fine. Yes, understand if you're making your microwave dirty, you're cleaning it up. Please clean your microwave. Okay. All right. Because this has reminded me of this, there was a guy who decided it would be smart to put a hot dog in an air fryer for multiple hours. I can't remember what his name was. It was some guy on Twitter or whatever. Years ago. And apparently he decided to do this without telling his wife that he would be doing it. And he just kept posting updates every 5 minutes. And it was just, it was worded like, you know, if you're reading a peer-reviewed scientific research paper. But it's just him talking about how mad his wife is. About how bad the hot dog burning smell is. It was absolutely hilarious content. I think this is the last plank we need for a little bit of time so we can have the forester in place. So that is going to get paused. Get that built up. This can also get paused. And we can actually get something accomplished. Because I know there's at least a couple of you who haven't said anything, but you're quite upset that we haven't gotten anything accomplished. I'm here to tell you that we will actually get things done. It's just going to take some time. You know how it goes. We're just going to start planting oaks because we haven't cut all these trees down yet, and it's going to take some time to get these oaks in here. I really hope we don't get a bad tide before that happens because these are really not going to be fun to figure out. So that raises the additional question of long-term, what are we going to do about bad tides? And unfortunately, the answer to that I don't think is something that I can give at this time because I haven't figured it out. But there's so many different water sources all over the map, we can't just easily divert stuff. Which I think, honestly, is part of the fun of playing a harder map on a harder difficulty. without being able to just lean back on whatever preconceived ideas that you have about, oh, here's how you can always just solve this problem immediately. We're going to have to figure it out, and we're probably going to have some sort of horrible things happen to these beavers, but it's all in the name of science. Okay, somebody else had to leave a couple minutes ago. Sorry I missed you, but thanks for hanging out. Wife just made Dr. Pepper brownies. That sounds amazing. Always good. Just put a bowl of water with lemon slices in it, steams and cleans the microwave. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, just real simple things you can do to keep your microwave clean that it doesn't require a whole lot of time, and it doesn't involve every 6 months sitting there with a Mr. Clean magic eraser, not a sponsor, or anything like that. Like, I hate doing deep cleaning stuff. It's so much easier to just clean as you go. If you don't leave a whole bunch of garbage in your car, then your car can't become full of garbage after a couple months. Just clean it out. Every time you get out of the car, take your garbage and put it in the trash can. Just don't leave stuff in there. It irritates people so bad every time I stop the car. I tell them, get your quote-unquote stuff out of the car. And they're like, ah, get it out of the car. It's like, it's fine. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, you know? All right, now I'm 3 minutes behind on chat again. Air fryer hot dogs for 7 minutes are great. Air fryers are great. Air fryers are fantastic appliances. But with great power comes great responsibility. Kurt says, my mom once baked potatoes in a tabletop pizza oven, forgot about them for 6 months. How do you forget about that for 6 months? I think we created the next iteration of penicillin. That would definitely do it. Yeah, definitely. If you have the recipe for that, please do share. It's probably not that hard to find, but if you feel like sharing, that would be great. Injured beavers, yes. We do need a med bed, which is going to be 80 science. And I think at this stage we can't afford not to have one, so I'm going to go ahead and unlock this. And you know what? We can go ahead and put that there. That'll work. We just need to have one more plank, which means we get these guys in here again. And there you go. But we have to have somebody planting in this forester, so let's pause. And I guess I can go ahead and have this set to minimum priority. That'll solve a lot of problems. I think that should be everybody where they're supposed to go, except this forester isn't currently working. This can go away. This has a couple trees left to get, but I'll just pause instead of shutting it down, and now we should be good. Don't forget about the bad tide. I mean, there's nothing we can do. There's no point worrying about it. We don't have the resources to divert anything. We just need to be as prepared as we can be, which is going to include building additional storage, researching medium tanks and all that stuff. We still don't have any food storage, which is a huge problem that I definitely should not have ignored. But, you know, it's just one of those things. One of those things you just have to deal with. So, probably just go ahead and put one of these here. I'm going to need some kohlrabi storage. Get that built. Come on, lag. There we go. I'm still behind a little bit on chat, working on it. 55% of the way done. Keep an eye on this. Turbo speed overnight here. My sister one time put popcorn in the microwave with the foil still on. That's not going to work well. Let's see. Air fryer thing is genius. Glad I can't smell. Wouldn't want to smell the stink from that. Yeah, I'm sure it smelled absolutely heinous. Like, the fact that that man was still married the next time he did it was a miracle. Alright, now I still have to get back in here. Been watching players for a while, but I haven't been playing the game as much as like because my computer sucks. So at the beginning of the game, how do you make sure your food supply keeps up with their level of progress like during cycles 1 through 16? You just kind of have to, as far as I'm concerned, just kind of balance your growth so that you don't expand your population faster than you can afford to feed them. But like you see here, I have more crops than we can currently harvest just because I don't have storage put in place. So I generally like to have more food available than I know I'm going to need, because then you can't starve beavers if there's way too much food. Easiest way to go about it. Just don't build too quickly before you're able to sustain it. BRB air frying 42 marshmallows. Have fun. And that's going to make a mess, but have fun. One way to clean the microwave is put 2 cups of water in a microwavable cup and microwave for about 10 minutes. It will steam clean the microwave and you can wipe out most of the things in it. Yep. But you got to be careful when you're microwaving water. Sometimes it can get superheated to the point where if you disturb it, it'll explode. Like it just turns into like a steam cloud spontaneously. So be very careful with that. Music teacher forgot a cup of coffee over summer break. When we came back, we all wondered why the top of the filing cabinet was covered in what looked like chia grass. Oh no. Oh, that's bad. It is possible to cap a water source for the one that asked about water sources. I've done it with a few overhangs. Yeah, so we actually discovered that in the Update 6 live streams that we did at the very beginning of that series. And that's honestly, as much as I dislike the quote-unquote cheese of doing that, it's probably going to be our best bad water containment strategy. We are not going to be there anytime soon, but that's probably going to be what we have to do. Still a couple of minutes behind on chat. Let's see. How about coming home from vacation only to find your fridge has gone from cold to hot and is pushing 80-degree air? Oh, no. That is terrible. I am so sorry you had to deal with that. Let's pause the... Where's my P key? There it is. Pause that because I have a full storage of planks. Take this off at triple speed because I'm still reading chat. But we have this. We have the medical bed, even though we no longer need it. I think I can finally justify building the barracks. We are planting additional trees. I'm going to keep some space here for additional buildings that need to produce things. But as we stand now, things are looking pretty good. We need more water storage. So I am going to keep building these guys here just slowly as time goes by. Get that accomplished. Kohlrabi's still, I guess, not making it to storage, but that's okay. We'll get things figured out. All right. Okay, no, what is this referencing? Longer beavers are in the inventor hut, the closer we get to having number crunchers. That's also true. Please stop blaming me for computer deficiencies. Okay, all right, fine. Let's see. Build super fast and let future you worry about it. Yeah, that's not a sustainable way to go about life. Cliver says, just spent hours experimenting with vertical farming. Think I found the optimal setup. Absolutely interested. If you're in the Discord, send like pictures, or you can do a write-up or something. If not, I don't know how you're going to get information to me. But do feel free to do that. Yeah, hot water can put you in the hospital. Be very careful. Very careful. Steam burns are a very, very terrible thing. 9 days. 9-day drought. Let's take a look here. I am trying to keep up with chat. Yeah, we gotta have more logs. So these trees will last about 15 days without water. So we're gonna want to, before things get too terribly complicated, we're gonna want to put a dam in here that will hold water in place. I think easiest way to do that's going to be to get rid of this blockage here, and then have them come in. That's the wrong one. Have them come in to do this. I think they'll be able to build that. Should be okay. We'll see what happens, but I think that's going to be the best path toward that. Let's see. Good night. I have to go. I need to learn for test tomorrow, and it's 3 a.m. Please get some good sleep and do well on your test. Thanks for hanging out. Once put a Pop-Tart in a microwave, forgetting about the foil wrapper. Ooh. Yeah, it'll arc really quick. How can you raise the level of water? We have to figure out a way to either create pressurized pipes to raise stuff up, or figure out how to take advantage of these little canals we have everywhere. Probably the easiest thing to do is just to make pressurized pipes and then have different sorting happen from that, but that's going to take a really long time. See you, Kurt. Have a fantastic night. Thanks for the support, and thanks for being here as always. Personally, I would build storage for the cassava so you have it ready to ferment. When we have the logs to do it, I will continue expanding storage. Scratch one idea. 5 days it can't overcome all contamination. I feel like I might have missed context for that. prior. Oh, okay. No, you sent an image. You sent an image before. Okay. I appreciate you putting in research work for us here. 10 out of 10 people that consume water eventually decease. That's a creative usage of that word. But yeah, anyone who's ever consumed water has died. Think about that. Not me. I've got a perfect record of not dying so far. Yeah, it's not going to last forever. Make the most of it while you can. Why is there... They're not storing any kohlrabies. All right, you know what? I'm going to make this storage for just raw cassava. It seems like the farmers don't want to do anything else. I don't really have enough kohlrabies to eat, so I think we're going to have another farmhouse in here. Probably just put another one... not right here. I got to plan this out. If I'm going to have another medium warehouse, say here. I'm not going to build it yet, but I want to make sure that I'm going to have decent coverage of the rest of this stuff. I just don't want to have it split apart. If that goes there, that goes there. If this goes here, but it doesn't connect because of where the paths are, you know what? I'm not going to make it complicated. I'm just going to do this. That'll work fine. Just get that situated, and then I will pause construction of these two. And also this, because I don't have the logs for it yet, but just so we're on the same page, that's what we're working on. First time watching live, glad to have you. Welcome to the chaos and the very, 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 very slow progress as we're trying to work on other stuff. Alright, I need to take a drink of water here. Water is good, folks. So we have beaver storage for 10 beavers here. We definitely need to get some more. So, good place to pop another one of those in. Probably, honestly, needs to be up here like we've been attempting to get into. I'm not exactly sure where is going to make the most sense. But we definitely need to have somewhere for them to sleep. So I might as well just go ahead and say, you know what? Just pop this thing in anywhere it'll fit and just get on with your life. We'll just do that. A little bit of a trek to get around here, but that's fine. We'll shorten that eventually at some point. Probably tear it down. Alright. No logs. We need more cutting to occur. I have extra beavers now, which is fun. So that's going to solve a lot of problems. Go ahead and just put in oaks here. I am a little afraid of what's going to happen when we get our first bad tide. Going to kill a whole bunch of trees. So, in that regard, it's probably going to be better for us to plant some pines as well. So I guess I will just put some of those here. Your bones are rusty. Well, how'd that happen? How are we looking here? We do have 49 berries. Okay, so these are actually both pretty close together, but we got 15 adults. Once this gets finished, once we actually have some logs, that's going to be a whole lot better. They're still not getting any cassavas in here, which is unfortunate. We probably should build a fermenter, but I've got to figure out where the best place to put it is going to be. I think they're... Oh, they can't even build this. They don't have the logs. Like, I'm so reluctant to just cap stuff in here, because you know it's going to turn into just an absolute nightmare disaster scenario. I didn't do a good job of getting this laid out, did I? Well, we don't really need to worry about it that much. These are cheap enough to build that eventually it shouldn't be an issue. So I think we're probably okay just putting that right there just for the sake of actually being able to use it. Get that set to fermented cassavas and just let the beavers do what the beavers are going to do. Cut down what they can cut down, and what they can't cut down, don't worry about it. Put a couple more in here. We'll have to pause these two. And now, see, we have enough to actually run this stuff, but we don't have enough wood to cut into planks. And I don't have enough logs to build the fermenter yet. So you see how these things go. You see how they go. I have enough science to go ahead and unlock the stairs. So if I were wanting to get across here, it probably would not be a bad thing to get into. Just have to find a decent place to get around. You know what? This isn't such a bad way to go about doing this, I don't think. Just build a couple of these, because we know we want to get up here anyhow. Get across this mess. Oh, see, there goes all the water in here. So now all of these trees are not getting anything. Die in 12 days, die in 15 days. 8.8 days. Ooh, that might be cutting it close. I don't think I need to pause the forester because, like, what else are they going to be doing? But we might be in a little bit of trouble here because now there's no more growth. There's no more accessible trees except we got 2 here. Just little baby birches. I've got this guy here that can no longer get cut because nothing can reach him. And I've got a couple trees over here that I can unpause that guy. What a dilemma. What a dilemma, folks. Are power shafts only logs to build upward power shafts? Vertical power shafts still require gears and planks, but the upward and downward still only require the logs. That was a change that was made. Everything else is the same. All the solutions for bad tide survival have the levees and the water dump. Yeah. When we get there, we'll get there. We may be in a little bit of a a little bit of a suboptimal situation here. Because we just don't have enough. Don't have enough. I can't even really get anywhere else. Like, I've got, that's less than halfway grown. That's more than halfway grown. This is a single log. Is it even marked for cutting? It's not. That must be a new tree. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. This is 2 logs. This is, oh, this is almost ready to go. Almost ready to go. That is marked for cutting. That is marked for cutting. That does not need to be marked for cutting. What am I gonna do with all this stuff? Are any of these even remotely close? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm probably not gonna be able to get a staircase over here. Okay, this dam is not quite done. I guess it's probably not too late for me to put that here instead, because then I can build a staircase to get up here to get rid of these trees. This is a good 20-something, 25-ish logs. That might be worth it. This is also only half built, so let's hit pause here. Think carefully about this. We pause that. They can't reach this. That's fine. They, I guess, can't reach that either, which is also fine. We've established that these dams aren't really doing anything, so we could probably recover the logs from those. Even if they are, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to choose to go ahead, for the sake of obtaining additional logs, and just move this dam to be here, because then that makes this transitable. And then we can do that. And then all I have got to do is I've got to have a lumberjack flag that can reach up there, which almost can do it. So if I put this, say, I guess this is probably the best we're going to get coming behind here. Get that done. Get that done. I think that's going to work. I think we can do it. We need a dam here where this pool is. Or are you talking about in this exact spot here? Oh, there goes all our crops. There goes all the crops. Now we might actually be in a little bit of trouble. Oh, I love when this happens. Not really. But yeah. We have kohlrabies. We have some cassava stored. We're actually going to be able to ferment those before too long. That's in place, that's in place. Let's mark these for cutting. And then this guy can, in fact, get to those, so we'll get those. And then I think, yeah, the next most important thing is going to be building the fermenter, because then we can actually do something with all of our cassavas. Let's harvest the, not the kohlrabi, harvest the cassavas, because these are the most durable. Kohlrabis are kohlrabis, but cassavas, when we actually ferment them, 2.5 times multiplier. It just requires a little bit of labor to get there. Pause what you can to prevent the logs. Well, I don't think anything else is using logs. These are both paused. This guy can't really do anything, so that's fine. I'm not going to be worried about it. I don't think anything else is being built. Just getting those taken care of there. The up top pool. See, that the problem, here's the problem, is there's so many pools. It's going to be almost impossible for us to keep all that straight. You know there's a water source in the wood growing area under an overhang. Yeah, it's right here. That is why I put this dam here, so we could try to contain water a little bit longer in this area. I don't know when we're going to have the ladder mod, but hopefully it doesn't take too long. Next to the water pumps. Up here? Yeah, no, I've got dams here. I did get rid of that one. Shh. But it's fine. The difference isn't actually that big on kohlrabis versus cassavas. Yeah, that's true. But it's still better than nothing. How much storage do I have for this? Okay, I do have storage just for cassavas. That's fine. They should have been doing this the whole time. Got one more oak to get cut down. Oh, I need another 12 logs for this, really. I guess I can go ahead and get rid of that. That's 15 logs that can get used for something. So now we're out of actual food. They're going to start eating the berries, which is not ideal. Definitely not ideal. Better to prioritize harvesting the things you can eat right now and we'll die sooner. Fair enough. As much as I hate to lose access to stuff. Oh, those will last another day and a half anyway. Alright. Alright, let's see. 0.7 days. They might actually die before the sun comes up. So guess what? Everybody works longer hours now because we have to harvest all those things. Alright, so this is ready to go. I'm going to turn on a power wheel operator, which means we're going to have some fermented cassavas at some point. Could you demolish the stairs up to where you were just cutting trees and move to the other side where there's still some trees? Yes. Except there is a tree here that we're going to get in a couple days. So instead of demolishing that one, because then I'd have to just rebuild it, I probably could just go ahead and do this. But I have enough logs as it is now because I'm not currently building anything else. Alright. Alright, kohlrabis. Wake up and smell the cat food. Let's go. Oh, they're all dying. No. No. Harvest them before it's too late. Everything is dying. Ladder with an overhang attached. Oh, we're not even close to overhangs yet. How much longer are you going to stream for? Not entirely sure. Probably no more than an additional hour or so from this point. But I guess it's going to depend pretty heavily on how poorly the next couple days go here. The block height mod is a very useful thing that I wish was part of the base game. I just obviously it doesn't work because of new updates. How are we looking here? Got another couple of days for that. That's fine. Go ahead and pause this lumberjack flag. Hey, we have fermented cassavas, kind of. Hooray. 26 water left, which is not enough. But, you know, it is what it is. So, we're still harvesting dead kohlrabis. That's interesting. Anyway, cassava time. Those have like half a day. So we're not going to run out of food. It's going to be pretty sketchy, but we might actually survive. Lumberjack flags done. Now, friends, now is the fun part where things are really bleak, but they're not hopeless. We just have to kind of hope stuff works out. Is this... That's not in range? Okay, that's half done. 84%, that's fine, but I'm going to leave that pause so we can have beavers do other stuff. Yeah, I just have to have one of these things actually connected over here. Yeah, that'll get us those two trees. Well, being a 5 being a record is honestly a little depressing, but it is what it is. 2 days, 15 beavers, 15 water, you're fine. I mean, if we don't have any water anymore, we're going to have some real thirsty beavers. Really thirsty beavers. So, yeah. Okay, while we're waiting, let's take a look and see what this image in the Discord is talking about here. Okay, that's a different conversation. Is that even in the same area? Oh, you're talking about building levees and then putting stuff inside. I think is what you're getting at. Okay, yeah, those 2 bits there, definitely doable if we had the logs for it. I see what you're talking about. The beavers, I believe, will be okay for 2 or 3 days with absolutely no water, which isn't ideal, but they'll survive. Oh, canola oil doesn't come from beavers. It comes from the canola plant. Alright, so we have no water. We're not thirsty yet. We have a day and a half. We have this guy with nothing to do, so that can go away. And we have a dead farm. We have somebody doing research. We have empty storage for food that hasn't grown because it can't grow. We have trees that cannot grow because they are out of water. And we have this thing that is not going to continue growing because it's out of water, but it's at 94%, which means it'll be within like the next day and a half or so after the water comes back. Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. What a great, just incredibly stupid movie villain. Alright, I don't have any more room to do any more fermented cassava, but I don't think I want to take this guy out yet. I don't have a storage for that. I do still have raw cassava in here, so I can't really get rid of it. I do have 25 logs. Just what would those logs be best spent on? I think the obvious answer is to get these dams finished. But they're not going to be able to build these unless we are able to get down here, which is going to require that they finish building the stairs. So I will put these 2 staircases in, and then we'll put this in place here. Seems like probably the best thing we can do. We don't have a storage job for the beavers anyway. Well, we don't have any haulers now. Oh yeah, ICQ, that's ancient stuff. Yeah, we do need more beaver storage, but I think it's more important that we have room for the water to stick around. Still do some cassava fermenting. See, now we're thirsty. Oh, they're all thirsty. They're so thirsty. It's like a VTuber stream chat in here. How thirsty are we? This one's not thirsty yet. Oh, they're not that bad. They're not that bad. They'll be alright. There's water on the backside. I mean, there is, yeah, but we don't have enough to get any yet. It was weird. Gonna have to be able to pump out of here, we have to have space to put in a couple of these guys. I mean, I could do the same thing here, but I don't have quite enough logs. But the water will stay here for a while unless we get a bad tide, which would be very on brand for that to happen next cycle. It would cause massive chaos. But I think it's probably fine. Get those pumps turned on expeditiously. Oh, they're so thirsty. They're so thirsty, but it's almost time. It's almost time to get your water. You'll be alright. You just have to wait half a day before you can pump anything. See ya. Thanks for hanging out. I spent so much time on AIM, it was probably unhealthy. We'll just go ahead and get these farmers planting again. There we go. Come on, water. Come on, water. We're all thirsty. We're all thirsty. Look at this. They built this one. 2 left. Now this tree should, by the end of day 2, be harvested already. Progress being made. Progress being made. Pause the breeding pods, but we have to have more beavers. It's not that big of a deal. We're doing okay now. They can pump. Not gonna be a problem. Drink some water. I will. Delicious, clean water. Okay, so I have no more cassavas, which means these can be paused, which means that can be paused. Just need more logs, and I don't have them. I don't have them. We're very, very close. And then we're going to move the staircase to get to this. Because I don't have any other tiles to put it except what's already in here. We haven't gotten to the new stuff yet, no, because I, like an idiot, decided to play hard mode, which requires a whole lot of early game just nonsense. We're going to get there. We'll be alright. Because it just takes time. Okay, the thirst is recovering, so that's good. Yeah, we're definitely still setting up, which should not be a thing that happens 2 hours into a playthrough, but here we are. We did have a lot of time spent reading off gifted membership names, which is always fun. Always fun, always appreciated. I need 18 more logs here. Is this one ready to cut down yet? Come on, man. 98%? Come on. 99? That needs to be 100. There are still berries that can be picked, which is good. I don't have berry storage because I don't have the logs. But sooner or later, all of our log problems are going to go away. Or at least be significantly less of a problem. Alright, I see 99. Where's my 100? Where's my 100? Let's go. It's almost the end of day 2. It's going to show up right at the end of the workday, isn't it? Almost certainly what's going to happen. It's not going to be an 8-hour VOD. People go to sleep around like 10 o'clock, so I will have to end before then. Come on, 100. Come on, 100. Let's go ahead and unpause this. And, oh, are you serious? It's right at the end of the workday. It's not going to get cut down. Designate more area for tree planting. Yes, we do need to do that. But now the problem is we're going to end up running out of water because we're almost certainly going to get a bad tide or a drought within the next couple of days because this is hard mode. Why do... Are they just that thirsty where they just suck up all of the water immediately? That's concerning. Now we're almost out of food. They're eating all the berries. Alright, let's get that turned back on. Yep, there's that drought in 3 days, but that's better than having the bad tide in 3 days. Alright, who's working here? Minecrafty, get in here. Cut this tree down, let's go. I know you're not doing anything else. There you go. Good job. Never get to see the live streams? Well, now you do. Yeah, scheduling's really hard for myself, and I'm sure you're talking about your situation as well. This was just one of those things where it was worth shoving aside almost everything else I needed to do to make this happen because, you know, everybody's excited about Update 7. So, take advantage of that while you can. Electrical issue, so that's never fun. At least we have some water, but, you know, the cycles are just getting longer and longer and longer. So, when we have enough logs to actually, you know, do stuff, then we're going to want to make that happen. I need this dam to be in place, because this is going to hold water to keep stuff irrigated a little bit longer. And then we know we're going to have water here to pump. That's not going to be an issue. We just have to have the logs to do it. So I kind of want to save some of those logs for that purpose. The only electrical experience I have is fork plus outlet. Don't do that, kids. It's a bad choice. Very, 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 very bad choice. Hello, hello, hello. What do we have here? Timberborn Update 7. You are correct. The sun just rising in the west? No, but, we haven't exactly gotten a lot of stuff done in this stream either, so don't get your hopes up too bad, but it's good to have you here. I don't think any of these are going to be even remotely cuttable anytime soon, but we have these trees here. We can go ahead and put this guy in place. Get these pulled up. I don't have plank storage. That's a problem. Let's actually... Oh, I hate to use logs to do that, though. Hey, guess what? There's no logs in here. Guess what? This is now plank storage. Let's go. Go get those planks. What do you mean there's no storage space available? There absolutely is storage space available. Well, I'm curious why this is still saying it doesn't have storage space. Oh well. We'll get it figured out. 2 days left before we have a drought that could possibly be long enough to kill all the beavers. I don't know who did working out last, but I had to pull the meter because one of the breakers didn't turn off when I flipped the main breaker. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I'm not an electrician. I've never taken any class to learn about how to do electrical wiring or whatever, but I feel like common sense should be enough in this situation to know that you don't wire a switch or an outlet or a wire or anything to be alive regardless of whether the main breaker to the house is turned on or off. That's terrifying. And that's a very good lesson. Seriously, genuinely. Always check and make sure that power is actually off. Just because the switch is turned off does not mean it's off. It is very easy to get seriously injured or killed with electricity if you're not careful with it. Household stuff, maybe not so much, but anytime you're working any higher than that, don't take the risk. Just be safe. Testing equipment is not expensive. You can get outlet testers for, what, 20 bucks? Less than $20? Gatherers needed. We have one. We have a gatherer. It's fine. Oh, you're kidding me. I don't have enough logs to build the stairs to go get the logs. Oh, guess what? Guess what? Now I do. Now I do. I have the one log. Which I hope I can actually put in because they're going to pick that up. Okay. Oh, they're getting the planks. How am I gonna make this happen? This needs to be log. That needs to be log. So then they can actually place the log somewhere. I need this to be built. I need this to be built, or else we're not going to have any more wood. Any more wood at all. At least we're getting kohlrabies out. That's nice. I have to work on 20,000. Oh, yeah. Oh, so you know. High voltage, you know exactly what's up. High voltage is scary. But I guess by the time you made a mistake, you wouldn't know it if you're working with something like that. Currently having fun with a made by the cheapest bidder gyro sensor. It randomly drops signal, but you move the wires and it starts working again. Unfortunate. But sometimes that can be fun, doing troubleshooting on stuff. Operator says, I'm an electrician. Electricity hurts when you become part of the circuit. Yep, makes sense. Sometimes for not very long, depending on the amperage involved. Yeah, don't become part of a circuit. Can we not spend the 2 logs on the dam? Well, I already paused that, so I don't think that's an issue. I don't know where these other logs went. Because I've got 11 of them here. I don't think anything else is unpaused. Is there any other tree I can cut down? Any other tree I can cut down? I don't think so. Oh, no, there's a tree here. One birch tree. Is this actually prioritized? It is now. All right, that's what we're doing then. Come on. Oh, it needs a plank. It doesn't need a log. It needs a plank. Okay. All right. Let's make that a thing then. I guess that's what was actually holding it up. It's unfortunate. All right, planks. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Oh, we need so much more water than this. Multimeter is much better than an outlet tester. Okay, fair. Multimeters also have other fun uses. Okay, good. Finally, these trees are ready. Just get those cut down. Ember pelts, what about them? Oh, beavers love water. Yeah, the ember pelts definitely don't. Definitely don't. Alright, I'm going to unpause this dam because we should be able to get way more than 9 logs from this, and having water stored here will massively help. If for no other reason than to keep some of these berries alive, because this drought could be a long one. Harmony works and Bob's storage 1x2. Good to know. Yeah, I think in the next couple of days we're going to have most of the mods that people use that aren't super complicated be updated. Just remember your charging station. Oh, talking about putting in for an electric car. If you get a 40 amp one, you'll need a 50 amp breaker since you never want to put more than 80% load for extended periods of time. I hadn't thought about that. But it makes sense. It makes sense because electric car charging is going to use a lot of power all the time versus for something more of us are going to be familiar with, computers. I bought a 1,000 watt power supply for my computer, even though the combined total wattage of the components I'm putting in there probably is never going to be any higher than 600 or 700. You want headroom. And efficiency is also a thing. Pause the lumber mill. Oh, crap. That was almost a disaster. Almost a disaster. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for catching that. Yeah, Bobbing left a comment on either the community post or my most recent Ember Pelts video talking about the work necessary to convert it to Update 7. So that's going to be fun. We're going to keep playing that on Update 6 until the switchover happens. So don't worry, that series is still going to continue. Yeah, capacitors. Capacitors are dangerous. That's why it's not such a thing anymore, because it's harder to find the CRT monitors and the TVs and stuff. But you could give yourself a very nasty shock if you're taking apart one of those old tube TVs or old CRT monitors and you bridge the connectors in the capacitor with a screwdriver or something. Bad news. Bad news stuff. Had to pop back in to see how we're doing. Well, we're not doing terribly. I'm not going to say we're doing fantastic, but things have definitely kind of improved. We're growing trees, which is good, and we're about to have a drought, and we put this dam in place, so we should be able to hopefully get some of these trees. I don't think this water is going to last long enough for these oaks to grow, but hopefully the drought isn't long enough to where the oaks will die. I want to get at least one harvest out of these oaks, then I think I'm going to just end up having to replace them with pines. But we do have some pines growing that should have no problem being something that we can get to during this upcoming drought. That should be fine. We're just doing what we can. Okay, this dam's ready to go. Perfect. Now we will need to go ahead and put in another deep water pump over here. And I'm just putting that there because I can. There's not really any specific reason. But this is going to retain water for a pretty decent amount of time. We can keep pumping during the drought, and we're not going to have beavers that are dying of thirst. But this is the most important thing for us to build right now, and I think we're going to have just enough wood to do it. Just enough. So we'll let them take care of that. I don't think there's really anything else we can do. Just waiting. Yeah. Working outside on air conditioner, always discharge capacitors. Always. Always be safe when working on electricity. Low voltage, high voltage, anything. Yeah, this map is super cool. Didn't even get an alert. Really? Oh, 7-day drought? That's super easy. That's really weird that you're not getting alerts if you have the bell turned on. Because that's supposed to give you just alerts every single time anything gets posted. No, I haven't gotten computer parts. This is still the old computer. It's stable enough most of the time, but sometimes it just has really, really inconvenient blue screens at the worst possible time. The memory's going bad. So it's... You don't know when something's going to crash. It just always ends up being a memory management error or some sort of address can't be found or whatever. So there will come a time when it will fail completely. I don't know when that time is, but I figured it was just time to go ahead and replace stuff. Oh yeah, those disposable cameras, you you get yourself in trouble with that stuff. But that was a fun time when I figured out what you could do with those. Because you could, let me just go ahead and get this kohlrabi harvesting. When you ran out of film, you could pop them open, and you could do some fun stuff with the bastards in those. And then you could also just, smack the camera in the right way with your fist or whatever, and then the flash will still keep going off as long as the battery's there. Even if it's not taking a picture. Shocked myself pretty badly on some old lab equipment my senior year, and my professor recreated the scenario because his feeling was he shouldn't make his students experience something that he hadn't. I can understand the thought process there. I cannot say I would do the same for myself, but that sounds like a cool dude. Well, I appreciated his sentiment. It hurts a lot, and I didn't want him to do it. Yeah, completely understandable. RAM or hard drive memory problems? I'm not entirely sure. I want to say it's probably RAM because I keep getting messages about whatever the addressing of the memory is. It's got a whole bunch of really long string of numbers. Worst placement for the water pump. Why? There's plenty of water here. And this allows me to get directly over this without building other stuff. There's not really anywhere else over here I could do that. Can I boost my side? I mean, I feel like it's probably about as high as it needs to be. Get louder speakers. Could also be the motherboard as the RAM is on the motherboard. That's also true. I didn't want to troubleshoot it. The machine's 5 years old. It's about time to replace anyway. Memory-related blue screens have to do with the RAM, not the hard drive. Good to know, because I've got a lot of NVMe SSDs I really want to be able to reuse. I didn't want to have to get rid of those. Add another farmhouse. That's on the list, but I think it's going to be... Okay, yeah. If I can find 6 more logs, then we can make that work. I don't know that I'm going to have any right now. Oh, these can get paused. There's not going to be anything going on there. Oh, there's an oak tree right here. Okay, let's unpause this farmhouse. That'll be the second thing to go. Lower the frame rate into a more normal setting is set to limitless memory. Yes, it is, I think, by default set to unlimited. Could you block the stream off after your water pump to keep it going during droughts? Are you talking about, like, down here? Because the water that is coming through here drains out this bit, so we would have to put in a lot of dams. A lot for that to be even worthwhile. The better solution, I think, depending on how this is laid out... Oh, is this actually a source? Oh, cool, it is. So, where's my water? Where's my water going? Or is that a negative source? There's so much going on in this map, it's almost impossible to know everything that's happening here. That's a blockage. This is a source. I'm very curious. Let's go into dev mode. Aha! It's a -1. Okay, that explains a lot, because there's no outlet out of dev mode. No more dev mode. We need to block this guy off, because that's causing a lot of our problems. So, I'm not entirely sure how it's... Aha! Back there. So, it's not coming in through this side, it's coming in through that side, but we can't get down there very easily, not yet. That'll have to be a thing we work on moving forward, but probably not today. Can't build more pumps. Well, we don't need to build more pumps. I just need this one working. Remember a while back when you traveled and did the videos with the laptop? Yep. That was fun, but it wasn't that fun. The FPS tanking gag started. Yeah, it's... That computer is... I think I bought it like a winter 2021. And, you know, at the time it was pretty good. I bought it specifically because I wanted to do digital art stuff. So I got the touchscreen one where it would... I think it was a 4K display. And it had really, really nice colors on it. Because I was also doing photography stuff, so it had other legitimate business purposes for having whatever. But it didn't have as good of a GPU as I wanted. I thought it would be okay. I think it was a 1650 Ti is what it has in there. But it has become very apparent in the years since that is not enough to be doing videos. So I think before I do any more traveling in which I would need to make videos, I'm going to have to replace that, which is unfortunate because everything else is perfectly fine. It's just not great for making videos on Timberborn. All right, now I shouldn't leave this on triple speed while I'm reading chat. Let's see. I finally got a map loaded up, and I see the zipline, but I thought they were going to be subway tubes. They are for separate factions. The zipline is for the folktales, and the subway tubes, the tubeways, is for the Iron Teeth. So you can't use both at once. At least not until, was it Greedy Builders or whatever that allows all the different buildings to get built, regardless of faction gets updated. Yeah, but yeah, it's either one or the other. Recommend either putting a floodgate or a sluice there so you can drain bad water. That's a good idea. It's going to be a while before we get a sluice, though, so I think probably right now not really worth worrying about. Probably better to focus on just... getting nice clean water out of here whenever we can, because this is, until we have a bad tide at least, going to be a really, really nice thing. Triple while reading. Live moss, yeah, there you go. I mean, that's definitely going to cause a lot of beavers to die, but I don't know. Maybe that'll be good for analytics, YouTube algorithm purposes. Floodgate works. Yeah, but we still have to be able to get down there. I don't have... Well, I guess we're never going to have ladders. But let's consider this for a second. How hard would it be to get over there? First of all, let's carve this down again. This is a blockage. That is not a thing. Are these all blockages? Yeah, okay, so there's no actual water source anywhere over here except this being negative. So all I would have to do... I don't have the materials to build any of these, but it would not be hard to just come over here and then get rid of a bunch of this stuff. And then get over here. But I kind of don't want to put this in here yet, in case we get a bad tide next time and it ends up being useless to have something there. But at the same time, what else are we going to do? What else are we going to do? I'm five logs short of this. Is this not marked for cutting? It is. Oh, this is paused. That's why. All right, come on, P. There. No, come on. My giant cup of water is blocking my view of my keyboard again. Can you get the oak by the third pump? Yep, that's what we're just doing now. I know you sent that before I said anything about it. Get that slope out of here as long as I can still walk. Yes, that's going to be fine. Get that done. Get that done. Get that done. And then I don't want to get rid of the back side of this because I just want to have the one thing. So I'm going to want to get that out. Is this also a... Okay, good. That's going to be fine. And then I have the science. I have the science. Floodgates are actually going to be useful. So there you go. Potentially a kind of waste of time project, but what else are we going to be doing? We have to have planks and logs to do this anyhow, so could take a little bit of time. Is this marked for cutting? It is not. Is there anything else that can be cut? Yes, there's a couple. All right. This is in range for all of that, so that's fine. We'll leave that on. Food situation, we don't have cassavas because we haven't been pulling them out of the ground because I prioritize kohlrabi. So let's do cassavas for a little bit. So I need them to also, you know, replant stuff. And I don't think we're going to run out of water soon enough for it to be a problem anyway. I just need to get some more food out. Throw some dynamite down the negative source and have it reverse so it's a positive. Yeah, that would be cool if that was a mechanic that actually existed. There's so much possibility with this game to just do really, really cool stuff. I know the mods are only going to keep getting better as the game gets more and more popular. After 100-day drought, base game hard mode, it suddenly isn't anymore. Well, it's hard for different reasons. Like, this is also a really hard map. And there's a lot of challenges early game that are going to be annoying no matter what difficulty you're on, and we're kind of still in that way because we've been spending so much time in this stream just talking, which is fine. Still fun. But there does come a point in time where we have to actually accomplish things. And it's proving to be a challenge. I need to have I need 8 planks. I need 8 planks to be able to even get over here, and then I need to have another 5. Yeah, so I need 15. I need 23 logs. I need 23 logs, and I do not have them. These are at 45%. Yeah, that's not going to happen for a couple days. So that's a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. What else can you do? I don't see any other trees we can actually reach that are cuttable. There's certainly none over here. Oh, you know what? This doesn't need to be demolished because as soon as we get over here, we'll have access to this slope with these trees. That will certainly be a thing. But we still have to be able to get to it, so back we go to triple speed and just let it be what it's going to be. I don't even remember what the acronym was at this point. Oh, we're out of water. We're out of water. All right. It is now time to grab kohlrabies because those are going to die first. Let's just go ahead and grab all those real quick. Get them pulled out of the ground. Things will be fine. You can always fill excess green space with birches or pines. You don't have anything else for the forester to do. That is correct. I kind of wanted to leave room here for the berries to expand a little bit. And then this was supposed to be for industrial expansion, but we haven't really been able to make good use of that so far. The main issue I've seen with your playthroughs, all of them, is underplanting rather than overplanting. Are you sure about that? Because the Ember Pelts ones, we've massively overplanted corn. But in general, yeah. We've not done a great job of sticking to the plant more than you're going to need rule just because land use sometimes becomes a problem. But overall, I think it could be worse. Just a little bit worse. Foresters can plant berries manually. They can, that is true. You know what? We'll just go ahead and plant some more birch trees. Might as well. Might as well. Just make use of the space if it's not currently being used. I'll just put a bunch of birches in here because they're going to grow in 9 days. Underplanting tree. Oh, yeah, trees. Okay. Sometimes we do massively overplant, but trees, as far as those are concerned, yeah, that's definitely a problem. I can reach there? Yeah. Just need a wall of storage. Yeah, eventually. Maybe. If we ever make it that far. Okay, these guys. Turn that prioritization off. Get all this stuff pulled out. We haven't run out of food. We haven't run out of water. We just need to be pumping a whole lot more. Very, very, very slow process. Once we have all this wood taken care of, whenever that might be, we'll be in a much, much, much better place. Yeah, I think we just need to rush birch more than anything else. Just get something in place. I am going to unplant all these oaks. These just take way too long, and this is too variable. But they haven't grown yet, so there's no point in messing with it. Yeah, 3D farming on diorama is going to be absolutely bonkers. And I am sure somebody's going to beat me to it and make videos on it, but that is still something I'd like to do at some point. Yeah, well now there's no water anyway for 0.5 seconds while the water comes back. Get this situated here. We do have some food stock ready to go before we replant, which is very nice. And now I need more beavers. But I don't have enough, I don't have enough well-being to make them live any longer. I definitely want to get down here, though, before things get too bad, and put this in place, so we can stop losing so much water. Ant farm style diorama would be very cool. Yeah, I'm hoping that before too long we'll be able to do some neat stuff in this live stream series. Don't know how often we're going to be streaming it, because there's still a whole lot of stuff that needs to get done otherwise, but we'll get it figured out. We do have some of these trees growing in that have yet to be replanted, which is just the way it's going to go. This oak is just about done. You know, I guess we could continue planting up here, but yeah, there's no reason not to. I don't have access to this top anymore, but that's going to be fine. Thanks for being here, Badger. Yeah, if this were going to be a super long-term tree farm area, then doing that phased approach probably would be a smart thing. I just feel like we gotta do something to get out of this starting area and start planting additional stuff with our normal way of doing things, where we make the pit or elevate with levees and then have irrigation. But we got a long way to go for that. Have enough logs for the stairs and the floodgate now. Well, they should be working on that then. But I haven't made any planks, so that also, I'm sure, is not helping anything. Go ahead and make this a deprioritized job in the fermenter. I don't think that really matters. Yeah, I definitely want to get this in place. Pumps. For sure. Get that set up there. I definitely should have unpaused these immediately, and I did not do that. So that is my fault. Yeah, we're getting planks going here. Slowly. Slowly. Now we actually have some trees coming in. That's going to be helpful. Just a slow process. Apocalypse series would be easier at its current stage with tubes. Oh, you bet. It absolutely would be. Yeah, I don't know how much longer that one's going to be. Like, I don't want to quit it, but at the same time, Update 7 is here, and that is obviously going to be something we need to focus on. So I think I'm still trying to nail this down, but I think Apocalypse mode is going to have to go down to 1 episode a week, at least for a little bit. And I know tomorrow's video is the new Update 7 with the folktales, getting that started, and then I think I'm going to have to do probably Friday and Saturday's video as that series as well, so we can make enough progress to hopefully maybe get into doing the zip lines before episode 5. Because, you know, people only want to watch so much of the early game stuff before it gets really boring, and unfortunately, there's a lot of the early game you have to get through to get to the cool stuff with Update 7. So I'm hoping I don't bore people to tears working on the rest of this stuff. But all you can do is what you can do. You can stop water going away with one dam next to the many slopes. Look at it. Only one tile gap for the water to leave. Well, this is where it drains, so that should be the immediate solving thing. Because this is going to drain anything that comes back here. And if I can have all this space for it to slosh around and whatever, then that's probably better. Well, I'm glad you think my videos are never boring. Some people do not agree. So, some people have very specific opinions about what I should and should not do. Which I honestly probably should ignore, but I hate ignoring people because I don't like being ignored. I don't want to be the person that ignores somebody else. I'd like to see a somewhat permanent apocalypse type series. I mean, yeah, I like it. It's a good idea. It just has to be something that I can manage on top of everything else. And I think part of the reason why it got to be too much was I was trying to push it too hard, too fast, while also doing a bunch of other stuff. So I definitely think there's room for it. It just has to be managed a little bit better. Treat them as engagement boosters. I mean, yeah, that's what it ends up being, which probably sounds terrible, but if somebody leaves a negative comment, it affects the video just as much as a positive comment. It's still a comment. It's still engagement. Hey, Roy. Time for more droughts. Now we're going to need more water storage. So we'll get that going there. Got to get those numbers up. Did they finish this yet? They did. They did. So guess what? All the way up. Now this can have a lot. Oh, and it is it is flowing off the end of the map here. So I think what's going to make sense is for us to put another one of these here as well. Is there anywhere else? I guess I could put here. Probably fine. That will block that from going off the end of the map, and then I guess if he gets high enough, it'll come off here as well. But, yeah, this will solve a lot of the problem real quick, just like this. So that will be dealt with, hopefully, quickly. Preset floodgate to 0.95. Well, I don't think it's really going to matter, but we can do that. Now, water storage is getting very, very full. Do I have enough logs to build another one? I don't think I do. The eternal problem of logs. Eternal problem of logs. But now that we have access to this water back here, I don't think it's going to be as big of a deal anymore. One of the other guys I watched decided to double dip on negative comments. Delete the comment, and then when they come back and complain a second or third time, it super boosts engagement. I mean, I honestly respect that. I respect the hustle. I don't think that's something I'd ever want to do. But people get creative with stuff. We are doing pretty well, Roy. We're having a good time with the Iron Teeth here. Had a lot of gifted memberships early in the stream. And got derailed a little bit reading all those names. But currently we are trying to get a little bit more of a foothold on the food front. Early game stuff is still pretty hard in hard mode. But we are doing what we can. Now I want to see how much more this is going to raise. So I think it's probably going to end up flooding, or it's all going to go off that edge. But this is definitely an improvement from what we had before. And now there is water flowing through here, which is kind of funny because I got rid of the... I got rid of everything because I didn't think I had the ability to actually do anything here. This is actually going to be much cheaper than putting in a dam, so... Oh, but if I did that, I can't walk on top of it. No, it doesn't matter. I can't build it in that short of amount of time anyway, and I do not have the logs to begin with, so... That ends up not being an issue. No more trees, really? I guess this is completely done. That can go away. How close are we on these oaks? 78%. Okay. So that's going to be another 7.5 days. So these should mature during the next drought, and we'll probably be fine at that point. But a lot of our water now, since it can't come over here, is going to escape this way. And at some point, it will go away. I think there's probably more negative sources. I am almost certain of it over here. This is interesting designs. What's under all this? Oh, that's that mine thing. Ah, that's a bad water source. But it's capped off. Interesting. Anyway, a lot of the clean water is leaving the map that way. So it will drain all of this, but we do have this lake here that seems to be doing okay until it filters out here through all this. I guess it's all connected anyway. So I need to... Well, first of all, I need to figure out where all this is going over here. Oh boy, so much stuff to take care of. So much stuff. We just have to let it happen, I guess. How are you enjoying the 60-degree temperatures? It was 75 today. Which, hey, that's a perfectly fine outdoor temperature. Just prefer that to not be in February. I just posted my iteration of vertical farming. All right, I'll take a look at that. I can't show it on screen because I haven't figured out how to get that integrated in stream stuff yet, but... Okay, yeah, that'll work. Absolutely will work. How are you irrigating it? I guess that was buried in somewhere else that I haven't seen yet. Keep supply water tank levels at the top level of your farm to irrigate. Oh! Okay, okay, I see what you're talking about. I see what you're talking about. It's in that tower of the stuff in the background then. That's pretty good. Looks like lumberjacks are sitting on their butts. Well, there's trees growing. They're going to cut them down. It just, just takes time. If you open the bad water source, will it geyser? I don't think it's strong enough to do that. 11-day drought. All right, so all of our water is definitely going to evaporate, and we no longer have a whole lot of food. So I think in the best interest of the beavers here, I'm going to pause this lumber mill, and I'm going to unpause this farmhouse. We got to get them harvesting. For sure, get that taken care of. But yeah, if you remember the Nightmare Mode Drowned playthrough, the reason the geysering occurred was because we were manipulating the source strength beyond the waterfall limit. So the water had nowhere to go down. It had no way to go down. It was just continuously being pressurized beyond that, so it just goes infinitely high. Just got here. This is a neat looking map. Which one is it? Oh boy. This is the part where I don't remember what the map's called, despite people saying it like 10 times. But it's Legacy of something, maybe? It was the winner of, or was the runner-up for the large category maps in the contest that Mechanistry held a month ago? Month and a half? Legend of Tides? It's not Legend of Wood. I don't think they build pressure over time. It fills the space and then it shuts off if it's completely sealed. But yeah, if you go to the contest results page, it'll show up under the 256 by 256 section. But no, I really like it. There's a lot of cool stuff. There's so many like tunnels and underground everything, and we haven't even looked at hardly anything over here. But it is just a really, really cool looking map. So I'm very excited to see what else we're going to be able to... Like, look at this, look at this. This entire thing is just a canal. And you can unblock it, and you can use it for irrigation or whatever you choose. Like, stuff is just buried, like this underground rooms here. It's completely buried under all this. You wouldn't know unless you scoped it out. It looks like we're starting to enter a slightly better spot when it comes to having actual trees available, so we can get warehouses built. Go ahead and get those taken care of. Cassavas, we've got kohlrabi storage, just needs to be a thing, and then we probably also need to have berry storage because we're going to use those at some point eventually. And yes, beaver storage. These poor beavers have been sleeping outside this whole time, the past 3 hours. Map almost requires that you have multiple colonies, districts, and we've rarely spread out. 1,000 islands was as close as we got. Yeah, and we're going to have a much better time doing that now because we have access to the tubeways. Although the tubeways do still have to be built individually piece by piece. That's going to make transit across long distances a lot quicker. And I think that's going to work out quite nicely for us. Have fun obtaining your sweet treats. Never really played super large maps because of the frame rate and hassle of districts and whatnot, but now with vanilla long distance travel probably will. And you should. Big maps are fun. They just haven't really worked out tremendously for how I do stuff because I don't cut the videos down. And when stuff takes a really long time, you either have to time-lapse or you just have to cut it entirely. And I really don't want to do that. One, because it takes a really long time to do it, and two, because people have indicated, for the most part, that they're a fan of how we choose to do stuff. And I would like to keep that. Start changing those for pines. The birches? We probably should. Just go ahead and unplant these, I suppose. I did say I was going to change those for pines. You are correct. Just slowly start replacing them one by one. Babysit all this stuff. Isn't the storage near the lumber mill berries? No. This is just the gather flag. This is storage for logs that we haven't ever had enough of to bother having storage. Yeah, we're still here. I don't know how much longer because people do go to bed at 10 o'clock-ish. So I would like to be respectful of that. But we can still get a little bit of stuff done before it gets to be too late. Almost always just go oaks, never plant the smaller stuff in the start. One day that'll kill me. It will. When we get our first bad tide, all of these trees are going to die, which is part of the reason why I didn't want to stick with oaks. But within the next couple of days, probably this drought, we will have all of these oaks get brought up. So I'm going to go ahead and unplant all of them so we have the flexibility to replace those. Starting to drift in and out of consciousness. If you need to go to sleep, please go to sleep. Start the day at 5:30. I hope you're not in the same time zone as me, or it's about to be a little late for you to be still up. 3:26 a.m. here. Yeah, that's well, that's the way it goes with time zones. I know Battery Smooth is asleep because it's late over there. Yeah, the beavers go a massively, massively faster pace in the tubeways, and then the zip line's also faster, but it's like 150% instead of 300% increase. Do you have the emergency dump ready for the bad tide? We don't have any of that yet, no. But part of the reason why I wanted to have the berries stored up here is because if we're not eating them for sustenance, then they're never going to get touched. They'll just be used for these, and that's fine. It does take 24 days to get blueberries from scratch, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Thoughts on industry move to the top? Okay, I got to read that again. Thoughts on industry move to top non-irrigated plateau if you're going to continue with the beaver wheel? We probably do need to do that. This is really unfortunate. This is really unfortunate. I did not think this was going to be dried out that quickly. That's a problem, food-wise. Well, we still only have 18... We still only have 20 beavers. I think that should be enough food for the next 7 days, but... that's a problem. That's a problem. Update 7 is an experimental branch starting today, as of 18 hours ago. So it probably, I have no idea when the actual full release of it will be, but I imagine it will be at least a couple of months. Update 6, experimental to full launch, was, I think it was end of June when the experimental came out, and then the full one launched October 10th. So you can do the math there. No, I don't know if it's going to take that long for Update 7, because Update 6 did introduce different stuff, and we don't really know how everything compares. I thought in RCE's experiments that covered bad water sources did build pressure. Yeah, but they can't build more pressure than the source can put out. It's going to pressurize to the amount that it can and then stop. And then when you open it, of course it's going to seem like it's exploding because the pressure is releasing, but it's not going to be able to over-pressurize stuff. I'm 99% sure. If the berries have to be regrown, you look at a potential beaver shortage. That is true. That is true. So I think... I don't have dynamite yet. I don't even have the wood to build the thing that you were talking about, unfortunately. But by the time these oaks come in the next couple days, we should be in pretty good shape. Assuming that the water doesn't go away, which hopefully doesn't happen. We can probably have our irrigation thing put in here. Pause the breeding pods due to the food shortage. I don't really have a food shortage. The food the breeding pods use, we have a lot of that we're not using. Farm to lower level is going to be a great idea until we only have bad tide come through. Then all of it's going to be dead. We have berry storage. This thing is currently half full of berries. At any rate, we're probably okay. Probably okay. Famous last words, right? There's not really much else we can do. We just have to pick what we can pick. And that's it. Why is the gatherer flag not picking all of those? Because it didn't have full storage, or didn't have enough storage before. And they were closer berries. They're not paused. This is going right now. These are lumberjacks. Although I guess I can go ahead and unpause one of these. I'm going to grab the rest of these trees before I do too much of anything else. I just have to decide where I'm putting my little water dump thing. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we can absolutely get him over here and grab some stuff. Take care of that real quick. That's marked. The problem is I would love to be able to get up here, but I'm not going to be able to get past these blockages. So if I want to get trees, I'm going to have to come up this way, which I guess I could do. No real reason not to. Let's bring that over here. Eventually we can have other stuff set up, but this would be a very smart thing to have ready to go. These berry bushes are pretty much toast. Like they're not gonna make it. That's gonna take a long time to fill up. But we can definitely go ahead and get some of this stuff going. Oh, these should have been paused a long time ago. This is all dried out. Yeah, all right. Pause and pause. Now we have extra beavers. I don't think we really need to have that many extra beavers, but go ahead and get these guys logging if we can. Yeah, now is the time to do this. Definitely now is the time to do this. Just get all this taken care of and not worry about it. Still have plenty of water to pump out here. Totally fine. Continue building additional storage for water because we need to. And then maybe we think about putting in levees and stuff. Remember, we haven't unlocked those yet. So 120 science for that, and then the water dump is another 250, so we need 370 to do the thing that I think you're talking about doing. And we have 346 right now. Natural overhangs near the lumber mill are taking up some usable squares of arable land. Technically, like 2, 3... We can go ahead and get rid of those, though. There's no reason for those to stay there. Oh, wait, you know what we don't have? We don't have a tooth grindstone. I can't believe it. That absolutely needs to be a thing. So I think we have incapacitated beavers because their teeth are broken, or they're slower at least. Pause the wheel of pains, there's no food to ferment. That is a very good point. We will need some planks at some point, maybe? Maybe not for right now, honestly. Could be fine. We really need to get more water up here. So, how do we feel about closing in like this area here a little bit to create some irrigation on the top? I think that might be a smart choice. This is empty down below, so I don't want to get rid of these. But it would be pretty, just to demonstrate, it would be pretty easy to just go pop, 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 just like that. Sluice is unlocked. No, we don't have metal yet. We won't have metal for a while. Like that idea. Good. I think that would be pretty smart. And it doesn't have to be super complicated either. It doesn't have to be exactly 3x3. That's just the optimal thing everybody says it should be. But science, nice and easy there. We don't even have to remove anything. We'll get those built. I think we finally have enough of that stuff. And then fluid dump, once we have the science, can just go probably there-ish. Doesn't have to be super complicated. And then that'll irrigate a decent bit of up here, and it should keep most of this irrigated. Won't be 3x3 unless you use up the path. Yeah, it's fine. It's gonna be close enough. It's not gonna be poisoned. It's gonna be completely cut off. Silly question. Haven't looked at the map, but if you get hit with the bad tide, can the circular lake be protected, or is there a water source inside of it? That's not a silly question. That is an opportunity for us to learn. There is a water source here that we probably could redirect if became necessary. But there's stuff building into this. This map has a lot of stuff that's hidden, so we haven't really taken a look at it. But I think that could actually... Oh, there's an easy way to do this. Just have that go all the way down, and the only thing you're going to see is the bottom of those guys, the water sources. So this is a water source that is currently completely blocked off. That's not coming up. That's in the middle. There is a blockage here that is not a water source. So there's no water source anywhere inside this ring besides this guy on the outside, which still isn't inside the ring. So all of the water that is in the ring has come from this. And I think, yeah, this is a water source. That's a water source. So that's also coming in here. We would have to block off all of these to completely purify what's inside of the ring. Would be a lot. Would be a lot of stuff to do. Wouldn't higher be better higher in the slope area? The source you just clicked is 0. Why? Okay, all right, hold on. 0 power source, really? Why does this exist? Why? Why is that a thing? All right, so what are these? Oh, that's a drain. That's not a source. Oh, so these are both drains. Where does the water come from? Where does the water come from then? There's no way. There is absolutely no way. Is that all just coming in from here? Because I don't see an opening. Yeah, that can't be coming in through here. There's no way for it to get in. And this is blocked off. Is it all just filtering in from way up top? Why? Alright, well, I'm going to get off of dev mode. These aren't marked, really? Oh, wow. Okay, yep. That would explain that. That definitely would explain that. Okay, this guy's done. Interesting. But this is really bothering me. How did we even get water in here? Because the water has been replenished. Where is it coming from? Like, it has to be flowing in from here. That's the only thing I could possibly think of. But I don't know that that even gets high enough. Is this a source? No, it's a blockage. Let's do this again. Okay, here's a source, here's a source, here's a source. How do those connect to anything? Okay, this is... First of all, let's check this. That's a regular source. Okay. That's in a shaft. That is not a source. Okay, this is a negative source, and that's a negative source. So that's those things. Aha! Aha! This is the culprit here. This is how all the water in this central area gets... This looks kind of cool, actually. So yeah, if we get a bad tide, this is the bad boy. This is what has to be destroyed. That is a really smart way to do it. I am really impressed with this. So I don't think we're going to be able to shut this off at any point soon, but that does make it a little bit easier for us to secure this long term, because all we'd have to do would just be to build across here, and it would essentially completely seal this off. I think the best way to solve this long term is going to be with sluices, or just floodgates that we have to manually manipulate because we don't have the simple floodgate controls because it hasn't been updated yet. But we'd have to have somewhere for that water to go, which is currently going to be a challenge. Two of the sides eject water straight into drains. They do. They do. But this side and this side... Actually, this side is completely... Wait a second. The water can't even get out this way. It all just goes completely into the drains. And that's a -1, right? All right, let's look at this again. That's a -1. That's a -1. This, way down here, is a +1. So that mathematically, that shouldn't do anything, because it's all just going away, and this is blocked off. Unless it filters through the side of the slope here, but I don't think that's even possible. Oh, I think this has broken my brain. I think this is not going to be a productive thing for me to continue thinking about. Water coming from the base area. I mean, not over here. There's no passage from this thing to here. There's no way for it to get through. This coming through this way goes into this mess, and then it goes that way. It doesn't actually... It's another water source? Good lord. Oh, it's a negative, of course. That's, interesting. So there's really no way for this water to get into here in the first place. We're just going to have to pay attention when the water turns back on, how this is flowing. Yeah, confusing is a very charitable way to describe what's happening here. There's certainly a lot going on. A tremendous amount of stuff is occurring. And I am approaching the time where I'm going to have to stop. In the next 15, 20 minutes or so. But I am so curious about how this works. The negative water source is drained. Does it only drain bad water? It'll drain any liquid. A negative source. But I don't know that a drain operates during a drought. It might not. But if it is a drought, or not a drought, if it's a temperate season or a bad tide, it will be operating for sure. Map making is incredibly hard, yeah, and this, again, that's part of the reason why I don't do it, because I absolutely could never come up with something like this. I'll leave it to the folks that are a little bit more talented than I am to do this stuff. Drains turn off during droughts, okay. If you fill in the canyon path next to the top house and use stairs to get up, the beavers will always get a wet fur bonus each night. Well, until it's a bad tide, then bad things happen. Unless you're talking about right here that we just irrigate this, but that's a lot of corners to evaporate. Calling the circle north of town, which I think is what we decided we were going to do. Any sources in the northwest? Let's take a look. No. None. None whatsoever over here. It's all coming from here. That's a -1. And then somewhere else there's more. When do you plan on revisiting this? I'm not entirely sure. I have to decide. I think it's going to be based on how many views the VOD ends up getting. Because the Emberpelt series are still very popular, and I don't want to abandon those if people still want to watch them. But obviously, if this gets a lot of attention overnight and tomorrow, then I might just say we'll stream this the next couple stream periods. Tentatively, Saturday, I don't know that I'm going to be able to stream during the day. That could be an evening time thing. Definitely not Friday. And I probably shouldn't guarantee that I will stream tomorrow night, but if it's really popular, I might. It would be about the same time, 6 or 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is GMT -5 apparently, UTC -5, somewhere in that area. I'm 6 hours behind Central European Time, if that matters to you, and it seems to work pretty well, the 6 p.m.-ish times, because then that's Japan waking up in the morning. That's Australia, New Zealand in a similar kind of time frame, still pretty early. And in Europe, the night owls can still watch a little bit before they go to bed. Obviously, the US is totally fine for that time, unless you're still at work and you're on the West Coast. So I'm going to informally say that tomorrow night, Thursday, we might be able to do something. But barring that, Saturday for sure, but probably in the evening, a similar time. We'll see. I don't want to overload myself either, because I do still have a lot of other stuff I've got to take care of. But I really think this is going to be a fun series, and I want to commit a bunch of time to it. So we'll see. I'll try to do community posts. I'll put out stuff on Discord or whatever. That's about it. I don't use Twitter anymore. Got out of that place. But if you guys are interested in other communication channels, definitely let me know. I did make a blue sky, but there's like not that much going on there. Cycle 6 begins. Now I am very, 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 very curious what's happening to fill this thing up, because I just cannot understand how this is working. Let's get this pressurized. It's not going to come down the outside, right? Okay. So here comes this. These blockages block that. This should spill over into the negative sources. I'm guessing what probably happens is this overflows a little bit and then just trickles slowly into this area. Why am I not seeing water come off of this? What is happening with this? Like, you see this, right? There's no water coming off. I figured it out. I totally forgot this had water on it. It's dripping in from here. So that's interesting. That's very interesting. It is very weird that we don't see any water here. But if we want to bad tide proof our little donut, all we got to do is block this off and block that off. Which means all we have to do to make that happen is get across here. Which I don't think is going to be too terribly impossible for us to do. That's exciting. That's exciting. We can do that. Not today, but we can do that, then come across here, and then we can block this off. I like that. Let's go ahead and get our fluid dump in place. I guess it probably makes more sense to come in on this side where it's not growable. We can just have that set in like so. Maybe make a little storage over here. A couple of those. Yeah, that's going to help out a whole lot. All right, let's unpause. Unpause. Now that I have enough stuff going on, and we'll let these guys get filling in. Pump away. Good stuff. Now I can finally catch up on chat. I liked the toilet map. Should have played that first. Yeah, that looked funny. Let's see. What are you going to eat for supper? That's a good question. Had Whataburger for lunch. That was pretty good, but that was at 3:30-ish. I don't know. I'll probably make a sandwich or something. I still have to edit tomorrow's video. Because I was going to wait, because I knew at some point we were probably going to have a decent amount of gift memberships for this, and I wanted to make sure people in that video would have gotten into the beer booster list. One flush or two. Give me your save file so I don't have to do all the starting stuff. I mean, like, if you guys want saves, I'll put saves in the Discord. That's not a problem. No, wait, I'm an hour and 2 minutes behind. Keep going till I catch up. I can't, unfortunately. People wake up early to go to work, who aren't me. And then I also have to do things, but... good map to start a new Season 7. Oh, the toilet one. I already have the map. I've already recorded it. It is another one of the maps from the contest. I think it's going to be really cool. That explains why you always start streaming right after midnight for me. Yep. Yep. It's just the easiest thing to do is to start streaming early evening Eastern Standard Time. Is evaporation that strong, or is there a really long buildup? I'm not sure. Evaporation is pretty powerful. It did get increased in the update 6 thing. Log storage seems to be full. It is, isn't it? Okay, we need to get ahead of this, because I got too distracted by our fun with the what do you call it over there? I need to keep planting additional pine trees to get this taken care of. Remember to unpause the fermenter. Well, we haven't even harvested any stuff yet, so that's not an issue. Trying to make it to the very end, but my 130-pound bull mastiff is having opinions on his walk and dinner being late. Yeah, definitely go take care of him. We're about to be done here in a couple minutes anyway. You have to install 13 toilets and 7 hot tubs, and microwave ovens, and custom kitchen delivery as well. Forester is paused. No, it's not. It's going. Where are the number crunchers? Yeah, you and me both. Hello again, Ellen. We're about to be finished today, though. Just a little bit longer. I need to put in some planks, and we're going to have to put some more log storage as well. I'm going to do a couple more things to finish this out, and then we'll say goodbye. Dams to help during drought on the river. Yes, now that this is actually flowing, we do need to do that, and we have the materials too. So let's just go ahead and do this one on the end as a floodgate, just so that water can be a little bit higher. It does just take time. You are correct. Okay, this is finished, and we don't have anybody to work there. Of course not. I still have 2 homeless beavers. That's unfortunate. I think it's probably going to make more sense for us to build some more tanks before I get too comfortable. Put in a couple more of those here. I just keep extending the inevitable every time I start a new thing. But go ahead and pause this one farmhouse, get somebody in the fluid dump, and get this irrigated, because then we can kind of clean things up here. Plant a little bit more stuff, and I think everybody's going to be happy with that. So I think... Oh, that farmhouse doesn't actually reach. That's unfortunate. We're going to have to deal with that. The beavers are, in fact, in dire straits. You are correct. You are very correct. Let's... What a timeless song, honestly. Coming up to 10 p.m. on the East Coast, U.S. Yep, correct. Nearly 4 p.m. Thursday afternoon in New Zealand. Why do I always misjudge what the time offset is for New Zealand? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like, I shouldn't get it wrong, but I always do. All the water pumps should pull from the ring instead. Yeah, that is probably true. Oh, I was going to put a pump here. This definitely does not need to be there. Let's be smart about this. Let's choose to make intelligent choices while we have the opportunity to do so. Yeah, definitely fix this. Definitely fix this. Yeah, pumping from here just is probably not a wise choice. Wow, we got all that, really? Okay. What we can do then is we can replace this with a gatherer flag to get these berries. That'll be very nice. Very nice, even. Progress is being made. We need some more storage for logs. I don't really have a great place to put that at this exact moment in time. But that's fine. Look at all this water we have. This will definitely stick around for a while, but it's going to evaporate at some point. It's fine. It's fine. It is what it is. We probably, if we're not going to pump out of this, I probably should replace these with levees now that that's an option. I got time. I got time. Yeah, this is just irrigation aid here. Yeah, remember when I said I was going to end stream like 5 minutes ago and I didn't do it? The song was actually written to make fun of MTV because their producers insisted on making a song for a music video on MTV, but they didn't want to. Interesting. Yeah, early MTV is an interesting era in music. And then, of course, we all know what happened with that. Don't have a great place, but log storage has a 4x4 area going unused by the stairs. Listen. Fine. I'll put log storage here. It's a perfectly fine location for that. And I suppose I should go ahead and just put in a plank storage here. These berry bushes can probably safely be sacrificed. And I can put in another log storage on top of this, and then another log storage on top of that. I think that's going to be the better way to go about doing things. Default hard mode, 30 days, tops on the droughts. Yes. Drought duration, maximum 30 days. Bad tide duration, maximum 30 days. I'm glad you didn't end the stream, but can you say procrastination? That is my personal motto, is procrastination. All times. It has caused many problems in my life. But I'm here anyway. Since ending soon, I'll say good morning and get to bed. Fun stream. Thank you all. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody being here. All 294 of you who are currently watching. Wild numbers to pull for Timberborn. People are like, why don't you play other games on your channel? Like, have you seen the metrics on the Timberborn videos? I'd be stupid to do anything else. MTV has been around for 40 plus years, 5 of which had music videos. Oh boy. We also had other, you know, cultural icons like Pimp My Ride and Cribs and all that stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with music. But it's still interesting anyway. Alright. I seriously, I gotta end it. I gotta end it or I'm never gonna end it. I really appreciate you, genuinely, each and every one of you, whether you're still here or you dipped out a couple hours ago. Fantastic stream for the first day on Update 7, and I am very excited to see where this goes. I'll let you guys know if I'm going to be able to stream tomorrow and Saturday night, but for now, that's all I got. Stay safe, have fun, and we'll catch you next time. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.